Vai, maltinha, estamos prestes a ver oficialmente o novo Call of Duty, que, dado os leaks que se têm visto, promete muito. Eu não gosto muito de dizer estas coisas, mas é possível que seja o início finalmente de uma nova era em condições. Vamos ver. Enquanto isso, vamos aqui ver alguns leaks já. Se que esteja aqui. Já temos aqui alguma parte da gameplay. Promete muito, favela. As armas têm muito menos recoil visual. É completamente notório. Esta arma nem attachment tem. Só tem, neste momento, parece-me que apenas tem ali o red dot, mais nada. E isto sim é o Call of Duty que nós devíamos ter tido. Vamos também ter Verdansk no telemóvel. Para quem é interessado em jogos de telemóvel, eu não sou muito do telemóvel, mas tendo em conta que posso jogar Verdansk, possivelmente vou experimentar até se calhar em stream através de um emulador para viver Verdansk. E é isso, malta, estamos quase. Estamos quase. Vamos finalmente ter acesso a um Call of Duty em condições. Posso estar muito enganado, amanhã vamos ter certeza, amanhã vou streamar a beta deste jogo. Eu e o Ardelos conseguimos uma chave de acesso antecipado e vou experimentar em direto e vou ter a certeza do que estou a dizer, mas pelo que vejo, este é o Call of Duty que nós devíamos ter tido este ano e não tivemos. E só de ver estes mapas fazem parte da minha infância, da minha juventude. Meu Deus. Eles chegam ao pormenor de ter aqui os ursos peluches, tal como existia no mapa em 2009. Um detalhe impressionante. Podiam ser esquecido. É um pormenor, mas faz toda a diferença. Este ano parece-me que vamos ter um Call of Duty qual como merecemos. Espetacular. Apenas para tornar isto tudo quase mais perfeito, era o aim assist estar um pouco nerfado a nível rotacional. Isso seria o perfeito. Estes são os leaks. Ainda não será a versão final desta. Poderá haver ainda coisas a serem melhoradas ou pioradas, nós não sabemos. Alteradas na realidade. Vamos ter ver o site cancer. Incrível. Temos que esperar um ano para poder ter uma mecânica destas. Mas pronto, vamos tê-lo finalmente. Novamente. Depois de muito pedido. Infinity Ward só vai partir com isto. Infinity Ward vai, no meio disto tudo, vai passar a ser completamente odiada por ter obrigado os jogadores a terem que aguentar um ano de uma gameplay completamente horrorosa e vão ficar para sempre reconhecidos por isso. Eu pessoalmente tinha uma ideia até da Infinity Ward diferente e este ano desiludiu bastante. Mas este ano o Sledgehammer, tal como foi no Vanguard, é uma opinião, não é consensual. Eu confesso que gostei do multiplayer do Vanguard, mas independentemente de gostarem ou não, a verdade é que o Vanguard houve muita coisa que alterou de acordo com o que a comunidade pedia. E nesse aspecto a Infinity Ward não fez isso. Apenas o começou a fazer quando começou a perder mais de metade dos players que tinha. Muitos já não recuperaram, como é lógico. Vamos ver. Tenho fé. Tenho muita fé. RYZEN, como o conhecemos. Incrível. Uma jogada de marketing fantástica. Isto significa que eu não acredito que isto já tivesse previsto, muito sinceramente. Eu acho que o desespero deles foi tão grande, quase que os obrigou a isto. Mas é isso, malta, estamos quase, faltam 45 segundos para começar a ver o evento. O ano passado o evento deixou-me muito desapontado porque o Warzone demonstrou que não ia ser nada do que a gente bem imaginava, mas toda a gente pensava que quando fosse lançado oficialmente que seria alterado e não foi. Por isso, o que hoje for apresentado também não acredito que depois seja muito alterado, por isso esperemos que seja algo bom. Vamos ver. Mas só a gameplay do multiplayer já me deixa-me bastante satisfeito. Vamos lá. Vamos lá, malta. Sim, imagens de Modern Warfare 2 de 2009, acho eu. Yeah. Vamos ver logo.
This is Ghost. Woods, please. Fara. Russell Adler. Captain Price. Going dark. Everybody ready?
Uma espécie de tributo ao aniversário do Call of Duty. Um jogo lendário. Completamente lendário este jogo. E é só isso que nós queremos. Queremos que seja o que sempre foi. E o Dead, Warzone, Verdansk, tão bom. Salvou-nos tanto problema mental do Covid. Modern Warfare 2. No Russians.
Well, it's not over yet. Trust me.
Rebuff Island. Black Ops 2, lindo.
Oh my god, that was sick!
20 anos, esperamos que este ano seja para relembrar.
As the iconic Captain Price once said, it's a good time to take inventory. This month we are celebrating 20 years of Call of Duty. With all the
20
matches
anos.
played and missions completed, our history is made up of
20 anos de muitos altos e baixos,
created by you, the players.
mas jogo
On behalf of all of us who work to
sem
bring
igual.
these games to life each day, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We have some amazing in-game rewards we will be announcing later in the show, but for now, we wanted to take a moment to reflect. You are the reason for the success of these games, and from all of the teams across the world, we are grateful and humbled at your ongoing support, enthusiasm, and dedication to all things COD. While we celebrate this milestone, we are also looking ahead to the next chapter of awesome moments together. Today, you will see and hear all the details of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, an exclusive look at Modern Warfare Zombies, a brand new
Zombies,
map,
zombies.
Warzone mobile news, and
Algo que também me interessa, mas também, principalmente,
so we brought 250 creators
ao Take It Easy, não sei se ele está aí.
live here at Call of Duty Next. And first up, this is Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
Vamos ver multiplayer Modern Warfare 3, finalmente. Começamos já com o sereiro no topo do bolo, o trailer. Provavelmente vou levar aqui um copyrightzinho, mas que se lixe. Mas não há de ser por um vídeo.
So like relax, I'm spilling these raps long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You'll never say that I'm not. You're coming with me, feel it or not. You're gonna fear it like I slow to the spirit of God. Listen up. This is your moment, and every single minute you spend trying to hold on to it, 'cause you may never get it again. Go, go, go! So while you're in it, try to get as much as you can. When you're running low,
Para quem estiver aí a ver, basicamente este trailer tem esta música e o trailer do Modern Warfare 2 de 2009 também tinha esta música, por isso eles terem escolhido esta música. Foi uma ideia inteligente. A partir dele vou levar um copyrightzinho disto, mas que lixo.
Hello everyone and welcome to Call of Duty Next. We have an action-packed day in store for you with gameplay and game details for Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Warzone, and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. There are over 250 creators behind us ready to dive into these games, and we're so excited to be here with you today to unveil the future of Call of Duty. I'm Golden Boy, your host for today, alongside the one and only Stephanie Snowden. You may know her as the Studio Communications Director, and we are thrilled to go into what's going to be upcoming for the 20th year of Call of Duty, which is bonkers.
It's a little bit younger than us.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Thank you so much for not revealing my age.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We don't do that here. It's a safe place. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. It is an electric atmosphere. It's absolutely incredible. And I am so ready to talk about Call of Duty. It's been an entire calendar year of us saying, next. Well, guess what? That starts today. We're here to talk about Modern Warfare 3, and we're going to be getting into gameplay very, very soon. But we have some amazing guests coming in from the studios. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's right. We also have some awesome viewership rewards as well for people to watch at home. Isn't that right, Steph?
It's true. Make sure you're dialed in on the broadcast here at Codnext because you will have a chance to unlock in-game rewards for Modern Warfare 3 just for watching this stream on the official Call of Duty or Twitch YouTube channels.
Olha, muito bom. Quem estiver a assistir
For more details,
pode ganhar este,
the awesome loot on the screen. I want that weapon.
estes prémiozinhos.
Right, so make sure you go out there,
Turn my
watch
phone
it.
on.
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
there's no reason for you not to. But we've got some good stuff coming up on the horizon. But Steph, what do we have coming up first? This is one I'm very excited about.
Yes,
First.
we are diving straight into Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Joining us now, the multiplayer team from Sledgehammer Games, Adam Iskov, Senior Development Director, Greg Reisdorf, Multiplayer Creative Director, and Kim Weigand, Development Director. Guys, welcome. I am so stoked to talk about your game.
Same.
Where
Great to
do
be here.
we even start? You know, I have an idea, but
Yeah, we have a run-up show. We have a direction that we're going to go, thankfully. But guys, this has to feel very freeing. It has to feel like now you're going to be able to talk about this thing that you've been working on for so long here, and you're going to also have these incredible creators playing it all in real time.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to have all the creators being able to play, give us feedback on the game right away, and have everybody play in beta tomorrow. It's going to be great.
jump right into beta tomorrow, folks. We'll be talking about that more later to remind you. But we're going to get straight into gameplay for the folks behind us. But before we do, Greg, can
Vamos ver a gameplay
line of what the community can really
da última versão da beta.
in the multiplayer
A beta que apanhã vamos experimentar.
We have one of the greatest sets of launch maps ever coming to the game, and we've taken these maps and we've really revitalized them and modernized them with the latest in visuals, audio, effects, as well as gameplay coming to bat on those. And it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat. And we have the largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2.
Vamos ter armas no Modern Warfare 2 aqui neste Modern Warfare 3.
Reminding people throughout the day, but with that largest weapon slate coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing as soon as our gamers all just decided to like load up and get into the action. It's going to be really pumped. We're going to be all really pumped to just see it because I had a chance to play it. And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. So, I mean, credit to you guys for making something that is not just fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like myself that just, like me some good old-fashioned boots-on-ground COD.
Thank you. That is awesome. We play it every day, and every day I come in, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to get in there and just grind away.
Yeah, and each year, with the franchise, we intend to take a step forward. Modern Warfare 3 is definitely that. It's the next chapter. We're progressing things. And one of the things you mentioned that I think we'll be talking a lot about today is this player freedom in a lot of different ways. Adam, what can we expect to see down there when the gameplay starts?
I think we've already heard some great positive feedback from the people that really know this game and breathe it every day. So I think once the gameplay kicks off and everybody is able to get their hands,
Essa chama é conhecida por ouvir a comunidade.
see,
Vamos ver.
positive
Vamos ver se mantém,
feel of Modern Warfare 3.
Well,
mantém essa senda.
I think the time for talk is past, and it brings me great joy to say, let the games begin, and let's check out Modern Warfare 3 for the first time on stream. This is so exciting, and I look, there's going to be a lot to dive into. We're going to be pretty much here the entire time talking through this, and then pointing out things that we see, things that catch our attention that we want to...
Nós já estamos a ver gameplay.
And,
Nota-se logo. Nota-se logo. Muito mais rápido, muito mais fácil. Pois é isso que nós queremos. Era só isto que nós queríamos, mais nada.
Yeah, I think we want to
Mais
start
nada.
talking about maps. There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today. We're going to be playing 5 maps.
Era só isto.
And those are the 5 multiplayer core 6v6 maps that are in beta. Greg, you want to take us through what we're going to see?
Yeah, of course. Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is a great map.
Skid Row.
We have Rust.
Rust.
And again, Rust.
E que nota-se uma diferença enorme. Nota-se logo uma diferença enorme.
Adam
A stream da Twitch está a lagar.
Well, so
Olha o Ace Manes.
as Stephanie mentioned, today we're playing 5 of the 16 courses.
Tenho curiosidade para ver o aim assist. Se o aim assist está nerfado ou não.
So we're talking Favela, Estate, Rust, Skid Row.
Tenho muita curiosidade para ver isso.
Which are stone cold classics that, you know, we've modernized to, you know, accommodate the Modern Warfare 3 updated player
Eles
mechanics.
estão a ver
Gameplay and
se a movimentação a nível de crouch e etc está mais rápido ou não. Parece-me que está. Parece-me que está. O Iceman é que está a tentar perceber isso. Eu já percebi claramente.
It's really fun for me, as I had mentioned previously.
Assustam-me ali um bocado os FPS.
And competed
150 FPS só.
and stuff.
Bom, mas também pode estar tudo. Podem estar a jogar em 4K. Vamos ver.
Favela, and I remember
Vamos ver.
a long time ago, and Clayster eliminated me from a game battles tournament, and absolutely.
Mas estes mapas são icónicos, malta. Quem estiver aí,
Remember it, but I remember it.
se nunca jogaram,
Favela,
estes mapas são os melhores mapas.
for sure.
I think the coolest
Estes são os melhores
thing
mapas.
is dropping into a brand new set of maps, but having enough familiarity. I know right where I am, right? But a lot of what we've done and what we're going to see today are these great sledgehammer touches that you guys have brought to these maps, made modern for Modern Warfare 3.
That's right. We've stayed true to the original level design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight from the originals, those are still going to be there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for
Os mapas estão pouco diferentes.
player movement and weapon feel. And we feel like it's a really happy medium between the two.
Here's my
Ainda está aqui este spot. Dá para passar ali pela parede.
where are you at? I know
Pai, são coisas engraçadas. Não,
Figuring out some of these.
são coisas engraçadas que toda a gente gostava.
How to get back
E
into
eles fizeram bem em mantê-las.
Way to try and take over bombsite and S&D. You had
Nota-se claramente. Muito mais rápida a gameplay.
yesterday I saw all the creators of the
Já não parece que estamos com
sniping off the map.
um saco com 100 quilos.
Watch me, I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already
To us to keep all of those opening moves that you remember from back in the
Que
day.
espetacular.
Being able to have those in the game, but also
Tão bom, tão bom.
modernization of the movement, how we're able to work with the high.
O mapa, basicamente, os mapas estão a ser respeitados. E é isso era isso que se pedia. Com pequenas alterações.
You can go over, like you can use your slide
A
cancel.
Korean
I was
Savage.
going to ask about that. Did that create a layer of
Nota-se claramente, está tudo muito mais rápido. Este gajo está a jogar de rato e teclado.
ensure that the maps don't get just completely
Gostava de perceber se o aim assist está nerfado ou não.
It does, and one of the things about these maps is these maps
Tenho mesmo curiosidade.
were 14 years ago. Like
Eles serem mantidos, isto é espetacular. É um pequeno pormenor. É um pequeno pormenor, mas faz toda a diferença.
we've added that modernization to them, to what gamers expect, to what our Call of Duty
É um pequeno pormenor que faz toda a diferença.
it is, and you have to bring everything up to the standard of today. And when we've gone through and we've maintained a lot of that within these maps, and there's a few places where we've had to make exceptions for that, but for the most part, like you can go in those lines of
Yeah.
that were there are still there, and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be able to do those opening moves, those opening snipe shots, especially in high rise, just off the bat.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And keeping that
Nota-se claramente que eles pegaram em muita coisa que está no Modern Warfare 2 ainda, o atual,
line.
a nível de sons e etc. Mas isso não tem mal nenhum. Não.
These 5 that we're playing today, day one
Também, o que nós queremos é gameplay.
OGs from 2009.
Eu não estou minimamente preocupado com áudios.
Karachi, Invasion, Afghan,
Yeah.
Quarry, Skid Row, you know,
just scrap?
sub-base, rundown. Yeah, like it's all there and on and on.
Oh, we got
so,
the scrap.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be.
Terminal.
And in addition to those
Iconic.
OGs, we have some new ground war maps that we're launching.
Iconic.
So we have 3 ground war maps that are brand new, which is the the traditional like 32v32 vehicle gameplay. Yeah, so that's going to be an awesome alternative for people if they want to take a break from 6v6 or just mash it up.
Like want to go bigger, but you don't necessarily want to dive fully into Warzone. You have ground war. That is so for people like me who like big.
O recoil visual está muito mais baixo, nota-se claramente.
This is so exciting.
Yeah.
Sem dúvida alguma.
for that. And aside from
Sem dúvida alguma.
I'm excited to say that there is another mode coming back that many of us know and love originally from Call of Duty World War II. and that is War Mode.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we are super. I mean, War Mode holds a special place
Favela.
from 2017. It's a brand new map that's launching.
E pá, eu não gostei de ver isto.
Gameplay that we remember from the
Não gostei de ver isto, é isso rotacional.
the buildables.
Está muito forte na mesma.
It's really exciting to see that be part of our
Ali eu não estou claramente.
as well.
Awesome. So we've got Ground War.
Não gostei de ver isto. Isto não gostei de ver.
6v6. We've got War Mode.
Vamos continuar a ter o mesmo problema a nível de
We're going
maciço.
to get to later in the show a brand new mode coming to multiplayer that will be available at launch
right.
and also playable in the beta. Very
That's right.
exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's a really
Não estou a perceber porque é que este cara está com packet loss. É estranho.
back to the roots, you know, because you can even see it. Like something I always enjoyed about a lot of these like big reveal events, right? Is everyone loads in,
Olha o
they're
scam.
discovering these maps for the first time. They're seeing them with fresh eyes. But here, that's not the case. We got a lot of familiarity here, and now the fresh eyes are going to be like, what did they add? What did they contribute to like make this into their own vision of a map? But I do appreciate as a competitive guy that you guys really.
Mas só o facto do recoil visual ser muito menor
These maps, like these are
já faz muita diferença.
these maps internally at Sledgehammer. We treat them as our own.
Muita diferença mesmo.
Through every nook and cranny, understanding them, understanding where all of the Easter eggs are, where all the line sites are. We have tons and tons of PowerPoints about it that just allow us to go through and really understand like what makes these maps work. And then what we've done is we've taken that nostalgia and we've also added that modernization of spice on top of it, that when you're playing these, when you're coming back to them, it is familiar, but also new at the same time, where you're now able to mantle over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. There it is.
I
There it
live
is.
here. I live here.
Yeah.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps first came out in 2009, Hardpoint did not exist.
Yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
Confirm did not exist. So those are brand new modes for these maps that were never
Well,
experienced. the
I'm
first time
interested
around.
to see how those modes potentially like elevate some of these maps that maybe were, you know, less played like competitively or even casually back in the day.
Whole new experience.
Whole new experience.
Yeah.
Whole new experience. You have some of those maps, those larger maps in, Modern Warfare 209, like Derail.
Estou ansioso de experimentar este jogo.
Play fantastic when
Estou
you
mesmo muito ansioso.
V12. We've had those modes are coming. They're going to come out after launch. And it's just fabulous to be able to play them on there. We also have control for those CDL players out there.
CDL folks, yes.
And it's going to be amazing to watch the competitive community go to town on these maps and really, play them and understand what's happening.
Well, we're watching some great kill confirmed action. We've been flipping around a bit, and
Epá, mesmo assim,
that's all I gotta say.
supostamente há mais vida
In the beta tomorrow.
neste código, 150, mas
I know we've been talking a lot
continua a aparecer muito rápido.
about Call of Duty, but like what better
Mas pronto, é multiplayer, é normal que também tenha que ser fast space a nível de
16
TTK.
We're looking at High-Rise in 2023, and it's brand new. That's so cool. I'm just going to take a moment to appreciate that. Like, it's not every day that you get to not just go back and like relive things that you enjoyed so much growing up, but then also to, there are some streamers here who are younger than Call of Duty's launch, 20 years ago. So they're going to get to experience this really with a fresh coat of paint for the first time ever. That has to feel quite liberating for you guys, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
I think really these maps hold up for old school veterans as well as like people who are brand new to Call of Duty. If this is your first game playing Call of Duty, you're obviously
Never been a better time to jump in. Yeah, I mean, you're absorbing so much of COD's history. To your point, what a better way to celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty than with these iconic maps returning in an all-new way. And we're going to talk about all those new ways as part of the the innovations that you guys have brought to gameplay in just a second. But we want to remind the audience out there that
Estes gajos têm um juggernaut, acho eu.
you will get
Ou
to
não?
play
Não
it
consigo perceber muito bem.
tomorrow. Take a look
Parece.
at the beta schedule for players who
Amanhã vamos experimentar, malta, vamos experimentar o novo código.
order on Xbox and
Já tem tudo prontinho para amanhã ligar a consola
Those are in beta.
e vamos experimentar em direto.
And in-game rewards for playing.
Vamos,
So anyway,
vamos, bora.
here with the pros playing, tune into the stream, get some hot tips before you drop into your first match tomorrow.
That's right. It's gonna be quite exciting to see, you know, everyone across like all the different platforms just like going live, playing COD, like, and then again loading up and then seeing like Scrapyard or High Rise. Still just blows my mind. I genuinely am so excited about this. But you know, there are a lot of like maps that
Este gajo está a tentar andar mais rápido, mas não consegue.
will enjoy, but
Eu acho que ele está bugado. Eu estou a achar estranho porque é que ele está com esta máscara. Ele deve estar bugado, só pode. Ou então está com Juggernaut ainda.
I am very, very excited to.
Ah, não, está com Juggernaut. Tem um Juggernaut, yeah.
We have
Apareceu ali Juggernaut Recon.
coming. So season 1 we're dropping 3, season 2 dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course of our entire live season, there will be 12 new 6v6 maps coming to Modern Warfare 3.
Awesome.
So
Launching with 16, 12 down the road. That is a
Right.
big map pool to choose from.
and these are all different sizes of maps, different locales, for all different play styles. You know, you might see
Malta, temos Call of Duty de volta.
back as well over the course of live season, but we have a bunch
Temos Call of Duty de volta.
really excited about.
And those are 6v6
Yep,
competitive
6v6.
maps that players can play. There are other maps in there as well that we'll talk about once we get into the live season, but 6v6 core maps
Stay tuned.
right off the bat.
brand
And
new.
guess what? With all of those maps, it's back. You know what you can do with them? You can vote. We're gonna see
Amanhã, quando tiver
map voting is back.
o meu jogo, este jogo nas mãos, vou fazer uma comparação entre o Slide Cancel
Thrilled. I can't wait to see it in action.
atual para o deste jogo.
Which ones we know are the ringers of the group? I think we have
State,
a feeling.
grande mapa.
Estate, it looks like. Here we're looking at Estate.
Oh,
right now.
nice, yeah.
Somebody voted for that.
I-
Yeah, that's a good one for snipers.
I like Estate.
Yep.
I think we
Always have.
we have an idea of where the maps are going to land in the
Yep.
voting, but when you account for the new modes, the modes that you were never
Yeah.
playing in there before,
Yeah.
when you get into hardpoint and you need that space to have that rotation,
A troca de arma foi rápida, gostei de ver isso.
oh, that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to jump into a private match lobby with my friends and run around and see where the hard points are on you know, these like on Derailed or something like that, because Skid Row, like I was actually talking.
Este gajo está a jogar de rato e teclado, está-se a safar, isso é bom sinal.
Like, you have maps like Skid Row that
É bom sinal, porque só isso nós queremos
potentially viable, like competitively.
que seja tudo equilibrado.
It just changes the entire like feel of
Yep.
the offering, which, you know, we didn't have back then.
We've honestly already been talking to CDL a little bit about some of their favorites, about what they might want to play, and it's great to get their feedback early on to see how the competitive.
Olha o menu.
Looking at Lupo, my guy Lupo, he is
good at sniping.
in his loadout editor. We can get a good look here. He's got the lightweight.
Agora temos sparks que funcionam assim,
Take us, through
botas,
here and how
luvas
select has changed and what
e vestes, se eu não estou em erro.
You're seeing here, so someone is looking at our boots category. This is actually one of our
Yeah.
new categories for perks. So we've split up the perks into 3 different categories. We have boots, gloves,
O
and
menu está um pouco refinado, não muito diferente, mas está refinado.
remixed some of the perks, and we've brought some new ones into the fray. Now they're all also represented with physical gear items. So everything that you see there has some contextualization for players. So it's not just a list of things you're selecting from. It's like you're getting these movement boosts because you're bringing in boots, or you're
Yeah.
getting this weapon handling bump because you're bringing in gloves. So we really like to add that sort of context for players to understand what they're bringing in.
Está ali uma gaja chamada Shikari, que é cheater.
logical, but you're also going to see
Isto
some
é
of the same
típico
perks that
da
we
Activision,
have.
a convidar
Call of Duty fans will be familiar with
cheaters que já foram mesmo permanentemente banidas, mas pronto.
What are you guys
Final, aqui o menu para podermos escolher o mapa que queremos, finalmente, passado tantos anos, pedimos isto,
these builds out for their
não tanto tempo,
I think for me it's
uma coisa tão simples,
aspects.
como é óbvio,
So we have so
escolher
many
Rust,
that are on there
Rust é
that are
Rust.
we have one that allows you to slide further.
the knee pads.
Yeah, the knee pad. The
Greg, I've been
tactical
using the
tack pads.
I've been using the tack pads.
And then we have the lightweight boots. We have the canvas sneakers. I also hear they're your favorite.
I'm sneaky. I'm trying to move. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah.
We need all the things.
So, and those are just going to cancel out your noise when you're moving around. They're going to eliminate footsteps.
the true silent movement
The
perk
true silent
is
movement
back.
perk
Yep.
is there.
Can confirmed, have used it, heard nothing. So it is very silent.
Hopefully it was only footsteps.
Oh yeah, no, well, also, you know, I mean, I can't hear anymore either. Old age, anyway. No.
Keep making these old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
But hey, I guess when, you know, you're talking about Call of Duty having been around for so long, song is just amazing.
Parece que está um pouco diferente, não muito, mas está um pouco diferente.
You guys are seeing these things that happened back then, you know, the way the game
Dr. Lupo a jogar de rato e teclado,
improved upon it while also again keeping it very familiar,
shotgun,
keeping it very fresh. Something that really stuck out to me.
mas nota-se claramente, a gameplay está muito mais rápido. Até mesmo a fazer o Van Dive, ele conseguiu levantar-se muito mais rápido.
With red dots on there,
Yeah.
I love it. I'm glad that came back in.
Yeah, we are too. I mean, so any unsuppressed weapon fire will show up as a red dot.
Nota-se tão bem, ele movimenta-se tão mais rápido que o normal.
For our player
Tão
base,
mais rápido.
Warfare 3,
Era só isto que nós queríamos, mais nada. Fast space.
firefights are happening.
Eu não quero jogar um jogo que parece que demora 3 horas a percorrer um mapa de um lado ao outro.
The maps and being very familiar and nostalgic with those things, like you can see the red
Ele percorreu o mapa de um lado ao outro em segundos. Olha para isto. Incrível.
I'm gonna flank. I know where we're gonna go. You can
Incrível.
synergize more with your teammates. So you know, we really just felt that bringing back the classic was absolutely the way to go.
It's classic gameplay return to classic maps. I think to your
Este jogo vai
makes perfect sense, especially.
vai arrebentar com tudo.
And even for new players, you're going to figure these maps out quickly, but it's it feels
Fica aqui dito em stream,
great.
este jogo vai arrebentar com tudo.
Have a direct way to engage. So I'm really excited to hear you guys talk about that. And that's not the only piece of classic gameplay that you'll see returning in Modern Warfare 3.
Oh. Tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement, but I'd like to get into some of the nitty-gritty. Slide animation cancel, reload animation cancel. They're both back.
Yeah. So we felt really strongly about bringing back slide cancel and reload cancel. You know, and in both of those things,
Reload cancel, finalmente, yeah.
we wanted players to feel responsive and feel like they had a lot of options. So we know that when you commit to doing a slide, you're stuck on a pretty linear trajectory. We know that when you're doing a reload,
Todo este evento é
reloads, it's a real big commitment. So even after doing that, we wanted to make sure that
uma lição para a Infinity Ward.
out of that, because we know things change moment to moment so quickly.
O Sledgehammer está novamente a tentar remediar os erros que foram cometidos.
So happy that we have it back in, and we know that I think we feel that players are really going to be happy these things are back in.
Awesome. We're going to see it a lot here today. I'm sure we have our movement kings and queens getting around the map in new and interesting ways. Now, Greg, time to kill, or TTK. Always a hot topic with our players, with our community. It's complex. It has a lot of different moving pieces when we talk about it. Can you give us details on what to expect in terms of time to kill for Modern Warfare 3?
Yes, I can. I can give you the exact
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Only the exact details.
Only the exact details. So rather than 100 health, we have 150 health across all of our players.
So that's got parity with Warzone.
So that is parity with Warzone, what's currently live in Warzone.
Yep.
And it'll also carry over into Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 as well.
Aqui por acaso pareceu-me que o Maciço não estava tão refinado,
It's much more consistent.
mas também pode ele não estar muito habituado.
Some of these spikes that we've had in the past, because our modifiers, so we have modifiers on your, when you get a headshot, it does more damage. When you do a limb shot, it does less damage. So we've kind of normalized those and closed the gap between them. And what that allows for you as a player is you're able to really have this experience where it's consistent. So when you're putting bullets on target, it is now like you get that feeling, you get that rhythm back into your gameplay.
Aqui não gostei do facto de demorar tanto tempo a regenerar a vida, mas pode haver perk para isso.
Now, like the sound effect, if you haven't had a chance to listen to them, like they're fantastic. The audio team's done a great job with them.
Hit markers also fantastic.
Yeah, hit marker visuals as well. So you're also notice that headshot hit marker. So that's when that extra damage is going to come into play, and it's normalized across the board. So it is a little longer. You could respond to getting shot. Like as soon as you start to see your screen light up red, you can pull away. You can get into cover.
A malta está tão habituada a não usar side cancel, praticamente nem o usa. Porque agora que o tem, praticamente nem o usa. Mas é normal. Mas nota-se que a malta está-se a divertir, está a gostar.
Yes, it certainly.
Get out of combat, and that includes a new thing that I would like to talk about called tac stance.
Yes, tac stance is a fantastic addition.
Tactical El Grandma.
as well as what you're doing with tactical gameplay. It is a mix, it's right in between your aim down the sight, so you're very like, you know, pinpoint accuracy and your hip fire. So hip fire is going to be that big spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're in ADS, you can actually go in and toggle tac stance.
We just saw the UI pop up on
sweet.
the
There it
screen.
is. There's tac stance right there.
It's gonna appear as down on the D-pad for those of
And
you
for any
watching
like
gameplay.
sweats out there, I think it's important to note this is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub, where you can kind of like push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
It's great for a CQB.
Yeah. So it feels like you're getting the best of both worlds with it, while also still obviously you're not going to get the full benefits of using an SMG.
And so those LMGs, like being able to take those longer range, when we talked earlier about Derail or some of the larger maps, like you want to be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to cant it.
Este mapa também é icónico.
Inside, indoors, going in those warehouses is a fabulous mechanic to have.
Tão bom poder voltar a jogar estes mapas.
Some clips of it, yep.
Vai saber tão bem.
It's very good. I was just having used it myself.
Mesmo os sons dos hitmarkers parece que são diferentes, parece que são mais parecidos com Vanguard.
Some outplay opportunity.
Pode ser impressão minha.
Gonna go nuts with that feature. Right?
Yeah.
Se bem que eu até jogo sem som do hitmarker.
Just if you have a specific playstyle, Adam, you mentioned it's really great for close quarters combat, which is personally what I have used it for when I've been playtesting with you guys. But I think it's there if you want it, and if you're not, if you're not into it, don't use it. You know, it's an option. It's again that optionality for players.
Pareceu-me ter visto ali bom drone. Isso é que eu não
All of
gosto.
these new fun toys that we're showing off in Modern Warfare.
Pareceu-me.
And there are option settings for that tac stance. Right now it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there, I panic a little bit. There's options for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player. And you can go in and it is much more like it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Right. Adam, I see you studying gameplay intently. We're on Rust here. What are we seeing?
I love me some Rust. And you know, just talking about the options any player can use. Somebody was running a shotgun a second ago. Now we're seeing somebody with an AR. There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, you know, on a map like this, that's
a lot of variety.
Yeah, that's really like fast gameplay. You can still see it's viable for all different play styles.
Mas dá para ver para onde é que está a disparar finalmente.
Just running around the map and
I mean, he just had the Renetti out. He's going ham with it. So you got all different. You got all.
Renetti. Ei, bem, espetáculo.
Today.
Taking a hard point right now.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt here. But we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50 sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag Codnext and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel, tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set from this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back into the gameplay. And Greg, you know, we'll toss one over to you here. So for anyone who has been playing Modern Warfare 2, right?
Aqui por acaso pareceu que o aim assist estava bocadinho mais fraco.
Like their inventory, that's going to be made
Vamos ver.
over to this game, which is really cool, and it
Parece.
value for that.
Pois os gajos não jogam nada.
Time here was worthwhile.
Exactly, and it is all about honoring the player investment for us. Like we call this carry forward. We talked a little bit about it before. We had some blog posts about it, but with carry forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So any weapon that you unlock is available for you day one in Modern Warfare 3, so you can go ahead and use that. Any operator that you've purchased or that you've unlocked as well. So if you got that spawn operator from Season 6.
The Season 6 Battle Pass is coming with us.
It's there at day one, and it's fantastic to have. Even all of those blueprints and everything coming in. With your weapon level as well is available. All
and
of
your
your
camos.
attachments, your camos are there.
If you completed your mastery camos, you got your Orion. That's coming with.
But don't worry, the grind is still there for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons because it has its own set of completionist camos as well that you can go in and grind your heart out for those and go ahead and get those, you know, in the game.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges coming to Modern Warfare 3 in a little bit. But
Epá, o slide está muito mais rápido, nota-se bem. Mas eu acho que ele está a utilizar aqui um para que permite isso mesmo. Permite andar, fazer o slide muito mais rápido e deslizar muito mais. Ali, é aquele gajo a fazer o slide cancel.
Well, speaking of weapons, though, I love the fact that we're
Espetáculo.
carry forward. I like the fact
Temos o Call of Duty de volta, malta. Temos o Call of Duty de volta.
What other new weapons might we, be treated to, I guess, moving forward here?
We have a bunch of new weapons coming in Modern Warfare 3. We have over 30 new weapons that you can experience, level, get new attachments for them. We have new global attachments as well
Skid row.
available that you can use across
Tão
all
bom este mapa também. Tão
even
bom.
the Modern Warfare 2 weapons. And then we have 20 plus operators that are there for you to unlock and be
Ali,
used.
aqui já apareceu o aim assist outra vez forte, mas às vezes
How it must have been a fun challenge to take those weapons from MW2 and then bring them over to MW3 and like really try.
Oh yeah, it's been a fun challenge.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, it's been great, and being able to have all of those weapons and being able to have your arsenal come with you is an amazing experience.
I felt like it was important to you guys to have
It
that.
is. It's very important.
aqui o aim assist a trabalhar. Estes gajos nem sabem onde é que eles estavam e estava a disparar à toa.
All that, but you spent a year in this game. We need to bring that into the next game and allow you to be able to experience it and have fun and not set you back all the way. We still have 1 to 55. You're going to be able to level that again, and we have new content in there for you to experience.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles is there, but being able to have those weapons, being able to make it work with all of the attachments. We're actually doing tuning on those weapons as well. So
mas nota-se,
exactly the
nota-se.
same. They're
They'll
gonna,
get the balance pass for Modern
they're gonna
Warfare
have
3.
the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not gonna be one-to-one.
Porra.
You can actually go in, and our friends at Binox have been able to put in detailed weapons.
Este mapa é tão bom. A malta que nunca jogou estes mapas,
All of those intricacies. Check out what their headshot multiplier.
olha, muito bom. Este Battle Raid
Limb damages.
vai substituir claramente os Steams.
Attachment tuning is coming to Modern
Isto,
Warfare 3.
os Battle Raids vai ser o novo Steam.
It's part of that carry forward.
Nova seringa. Garantidamente.
Excellent stuff. I think
Não consegui perceber essa alguma movimentação, acho que não, mas
had already used.
dá a vida logo instantaneamente
Nicki Minaj is coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you.
e
So much.
isso vai ser revolucionário também. É outra alteração porque as seringas não valiam nada
The barbs.
no jogo anterior. Nada, 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 nada.
Kim, we are seeing some epic looking skins
Nem valia a pena usá-las.
on our creators here today. In fact, right now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the Modern Warfare
Por acaso gostava que ele utilizasse a Munition Box para ver se o Battle Rage
original info.
se dá,
So what you're seeing right now are the weapon camo
se regenera o Battle Rage ou não.
edition
As novas skins.
and a red version.
Epá, eu se gostar deste jogo, eu vejo-me a tentar
Carbon Fate is the
desbloquear estas camos.
and these will be
E eu não sou nada disso.
different weapons.
Mas este jogo está a puxar-me para
All
isso.
of their attachments. And they're reactive, so the better you do in the match, the more
Espetacular.
combinations you get in a match, the more you'll start to see that visual.
Mas mais importante que as skins é a gameplay. Se a gameplay não for interessante, eu não vou ter vontade de desbloquear skins nenhumas.
Own versions
As skins são fixes,
the Nemesis skins.
são muito
So
fixes.
there is a blue version and a red version there. The blue version goes on Price and Ghost, and the red version goes on.
E nota-se que
Those are the four
eles são entusiasmados.
that get these skins.
Estão entusiasmados em explicar o que está a passar no jogo.
A little bit of the silver, metallic, shiny looking.
Esperemos é que mantenham isso durante todo o ano.
Torso.
Não seja só agora nesta fase, a partir do momento que o jogo seja vendido,
People are really excited to
não queiram saber mais. Porque foi isso que aconteceu com Vanguard. Vanguard saiu,
But one thing about the reaction
permitia imenso, depois
these are performance driven, so that effect
não passou daí.
scale back if you stop getting kills, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta do well.
Gotta keep
You want
that
to you want to see the fun stuff on screen.
Yeah.
We need you to perform. So those will be awesome. People will be popping off having these awesome effects go around the map as well. And of course, those are in the Vault Edition.
Yeah, and speaking of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which that if we
Este mapa é o State, acho eu.
really fascinating the kind
Yeah,
of
it's like-
guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is. And here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is
Gunsmith.
our LMG that has a bullpup conversion to it. So they're full conversion kits that allow these weapons to cross class.
No multiplayer não.
They are meaningful.
No Warzone sim, mas no multiplayer tu podes usar praticamente qualquer arma, com exceção do shipment, como é lógico. No shipment tem que ser sempre a arma com o TTK mais rápido, mas nestes mapas, mas se nunca jogaste no Modern Warfare de 2009,
You do not need to take that.
digo-te,
if you're
estes são
you're ready to
literalmente os melhores mapas,
make it into an
a par do Black Ops 2, os melhores mapas alguma vez criados para na franquia do Call of Duty. E são mapas grandes. São mapas grandes, por isso tu podes usar qualquer arma. Aliás, aqui vai ser mais importante até armas com um pouco recoil, como a ACR. E as armas que matam mais rápido aqui não vão ter assim tanto impacto como isso. Até porque nós vamos ter 150 de vida. Vamos ter 150 de vida e isso vai ser espetacular. Tomás, acredita. Eu ano passado, quando vi o Codnext e vi o gameplay do Modern Warfare 2, eu disse logo, este jogo vai ser uma merda. Mas olha que este ano, mano, amanhã vou ter a certeza do que estou a dizer, mas este ano este jogo promete. Este jogo promete, mano. Praticamente não existe recoil visual como existe no Modern Warfare 2. Era isto que a gente pedia. Olha para esta movimentação, muito mais rápida, não tem nada a ver. É isto que nós queremos. Era o que eu estava a dizer há bocado. Não sei se tu ouviste. Epá, nós não queremos demorar meia hora a percorrer um mapa de um lado para o outro. Isto tem que ser um jogo fast-paced. Olha para a velocidade. Olha para isto. É isto que nós queremos, mano. Confesso que parece-me, mas eu gostava que depois tu também tirasses as tuas conclusões. Parece-me que o aim assist rotacional está um pouco mais fraco. Parece, mas queria ter a tua opinião e que fosses tu também a dizer. Se quiser, entra no Discord. Eu estou no Discord. Ainda não se falou em nada. Começou logo aqui com o multiplayer. O multiplayer foi logo. Olha, Battle Rage. Battle Rage é novas seringas. Muito fixe. Porque o Battle Rage antes praticamente ninguém usava. Que era um field upgrade. E ninguém usava isso. Porque apesar de ser um bom field upgrade, tens melhores. E agora, podendo utilizar como um tactical, é uma ideia excelente. É uma ideia excelente, sinceramente.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really was a big part of the context for the players. You know, it's not just a UI menu with choices, you know, that were sort of ambiguous. It was a little bit, we wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your FLC was what we talked about, you know, internally is this thing.
Ok. Tranquilo. Não, só estou a dizer, se quiser entrar, está à vontade.
For your loadout selection. So perks was a big part of that, you know, and we got a chance to look at the gear items, all inspired by real-world military tech and items, and you know, we were able to really figure out what goes with what and what are the remixes we want to make, and we think we came up with a really good and interesting field of choices in our perks this year.
So I don't know if you guys can see it. We're taking a look around the room at the moment. We actually have
Tranquilo.
streaming tower.
Espero que estejas a gostar. A stream está com boa qualidade. Eu aumentei aqui um bocadinho o bitrate. Nem sei como é que a stream, como é que a minha net está a aguentar com a qualidade da stream, mais estar a ver outra stream à parte. Está-se a aguentar bem, pelo menos parece.
Warfare 3 filled with awesome creators from all over the world, and as Ted Timmons would say, the vibes are good. We're gonna hear Ted talk about vibes.
Já agora nunca te perguntei. Pá, é verdade também, tu quando experimentaste o Vanguard já foi na fase final. Mas entre o Vanguard e o Modern Warfare 2 deste ano, o que é que tu gostaste mais? Eu nunca te perguntei isto, acho eu. Porque eu a minha opinião tu já sabes. Agora gostava de ouvir a tua opinião. Mas em geral, não te foques só nos mapas pequenos. Em geral. E foca também na própria gameplay em si, né?
Boot up the game, get into a match as quickly as possible, and start playing.
Por acaso gostava de ter a tua opinião sobre isso. Nunca te perguntei, acho.
Play as well, because there's so many things that they're doing. Like earlier, we were watching a circuit around the estate house, and that movement just looks so hot going through it. So being able to mantle, we have sprint when you're tack sprinting. We actually increase the mantle speed so it feels more fluid as you're going across.
Aumentaram a velocidade de subir muros e etc. Porque hoje em dia o gajo quer subir um muro, parece que demora uma eternidade, parece que o gajo está a fazer flexões até. Mas o TTK parece-me que continua muito rápido, pá, é estranho. É para cá, eu gostava de ter a tua opinião. Eu vou dizer, eu os primeiros 3 meses do multiplayer de Vanguard eu adorei. Adorei mesmo. Só que depois começou a morrer porque o jogo prometia muito, só que entretanto pôs-se o Natal, o jogo tinha problemas que nunca mais eram resolvidos, os developers não davam resposta rápida o suficiente, depois inseriram térmitas e granadas de fogo, epá, muita coisa que não interessava para nada. Olha, she carry, a cheater. Mas por acaso foi a gaja que matou mais.
So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time.
Eu por acaso gostei muito do Vanguard. Os primeiros 3 meses. A partir de depois também comecei a me desligar um bocado, porque também estava tão desanimado com o Warzone que acabei por me desligar um bocado Call of Duty, como tu sabes, na altura. Mas eu adorei. Ei, a velocidade com que o gajo está a subir aquilo é incrível.
Familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our, people watching are.
E a velocidade deste slide, incrível. Incrível a velocidade deste slide.
And you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary. And what's
espetacular.
The best is they actually have perks baked into them. So with the infantry vest baked in right away, you're getting that tac sprint refresh even faster, and also a little bit of an extended time there. And one of the
já tenho o jogo instaladinho, amanhã para experimentar.
tac sprint, and we've also allowed you to.
Epá, estes gajos também estão a demorar muito tempo aqui no multiplayer, podiam muito bem passar para
I do like how
um Warzonezinho assim.
take a lot of the vests and stuff and then make it also combine with other things or like really have everything kind of synergize together and have you create like the optimal build here. It's quite customizable.
And it's really helped out a lot with how we balance the game in that sense, because now what we've done is we've let you take more than we normally do.
O Facebook a matar ali gajo.
What you can't take in that same
There are
moment.
trade-offs, very clear trade-offs, I think, what you're talking about.
Mas não me consegues dizer o que é que tu preferias mais?
It's gonna come
Vanguarda ou isto?
and that's where
Vanguarda ou isto? Não, Vanguarda ou Modern Warfare 2?
We are going into these matches, you're making decisions.
Pronto, eu sei, mas mesmo assim,
And really,
qual é que tu, se tivesses que escolher,
choosing wrong and learn from
qual é que tu preferias jogar? Apesar de não gostares de nenhum,
you can't change them.
qual é que tu preferias?
The consequence.
E volto a dizer, eu tenho pena que tu não tenhas jogado o Vanguard nos primeiros meses, porque eu acho que a tua opinião poderia ter sido um pouco diferente. Porque quando tu começaste a jogar Vanguard, o jogo já estava num estado demasiado canceroso. Toda a gente a usar granadas térmicas e o caralho, e isso não acontecia no início do jogo. Isso começou a acontecer mais para a frente. Tenho mesmo pena que não tenhas experimentado o jogo nessa altura. A tua experiência tinha sido diferente, penso eu. Não estou a dizer que passavas a gostar do jogo, tinha sido diferente. Mas mesmo assim, entre os dois, se tivessem que te obrigar a escolher um, qual é que tu preferis? E porquê? Já agora, gostava de saber. Tenho curiosidade.
equipped to breach your drone.
Yeah, that's your option.
It'll explode on impact. The counter to that one though.
Pá, a regeneração da vida parece que demora muito tempo ainda, mas
There you go.
pode ser impressão minha.
In addition to that, we have a mosquito drone, which you shoot into the air, and it basically encircles an area and then dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will in fact say that my experience with the mosquito
Preferias o Modern Warfare 2?
like
Okay.
as annoying as a real mosquito. they plague me in matches when I've played tested.
Pá, eu preferia o Vanguard porque
Headphones on, turn them up.
porque o Vanguard, por mais problemas que tivesse, a nível de movimentação
ACS, which is
era mais jogo.
capture bot on the
O aim assist não era tão forte.
this box that you throw dawn point or hard
As armas
and it'll capture
dá,
the point for you.
pá, dava mais prazer usar as armas do Vanguard do que as do Modern Warfare, até porque as do Modern Warfare,
Come to try to take it.
eu quando estou a disparar não vejo nada à minha frente.
So just yesterday, I had an awesome match where I put down
Finalmente está resolvido isso neste jogo.
dawn point and then shot
E eu confesso
the air that it was patrolling. So I
que este jogo parece um misto do Vanguard com o Modern Warfare 2,
in there to try to
mas refinado.
out and then the mosquito drone got it. And
Isso para mim é bom.
I was just like, that's right. That's all my equipment doing
You're
the
like, I
work
have
for me.
crafted the master.
Ah, sim, não, mas isso, atenção, eu concordo contigo. Com a questão do penetrável, eu também não gostei disso.
And then you went on.
Penetrável, era tudo destruído. Depois tinha-se aquele parque de merda que estava para ver pelas paredes. Mas aí está. É assim, a cena do penetrável sempre aconteceu. Mas, por exemplo, esse parque que dava para ver pelas paredes, eu tenho ideia que não existia no início. E foi a partir daí, a partir da implementação dessas coisas, é que o jogo começou a estragar. Eles não souberam balancear as coisas. Epá, e esse parque então era estúpido. Não... Portanto, depois até o lançaram também no Warzone e não fez sentido nenhum. Por isso é que eu te digo, eu tenho pena mesmo que eu não tenha jogado Vanguard nos primeiros meses. Porque, pá, o Vanguard tinha uma coisa muito engraçada que eu gostei muito. Tu podias evoluir os teus operadores. Os operadores tinham armas preferidas. Se usasses um determinado operador que tinha uma arma preferida, a arma evoluía mais rápido. Para desbloquear certos operadores tinhas que evoluir outros até ao máximo. Era engraçado. Olha, este gajo acabou de fazer um slide cancel. Fez-me lembrar os suetos em River Island. Não gostaste?
You can see the active area. Yeah, so you'll get Ghost, I believe you said, if you're inside the vicinity of the comp scrambler, but you can see where it's active on the map.
É assim, se me dissesse, epá, eu confesso, vamos lá ver. Eu se calhar também prefiro as armas do Modern Warfare 2, só não consigo ter essa percepção por causa do recoil visual. E como eu jogo rato e teclado, para mim é mais importante que as armas não tenham tanto recoil visual, e daí eu também ter preferido o Vanguard por essa razão. Poderá também ter a ver com isso. Outra coisa também, os menus. Os menus são horrendos no Modern Warfare 2.
They do a fantastic job with it, and we love.
No Vanguard era tudo muito mais simples.
And they're going to bring that experience.
Mas percebo o que diz isso. Mas volto a dizer, tenho mesmo pena que tu não tenhas experimentado Vanguard nos primeiros meses. Prometi imenso. Mas acabou por ser uma desilusão nesse aspecto. Mas tinha potencial. No início tinha potencial.
Familiar with everything, they can understand what's happening within the game, and start to build those restrictions within the game. And you can find out more from Treyarch as we go through development.
As we get closer, we're going to be talking more about it, but excited to say that later in Season 1, we'll have a ranked play coming to multiplayer Modern Warfare 3. But that wraps up our core 6v6 gameplay for the day. We're going to see the folks behind us switch over. We've got an exciting new mode to talk about that we're going to get to here in a second. It's called Cutthroat. It is awesome. There's so
este modo que eles agora estão a falar, acho que são 3 equipas.
For all of our PlayStation players out there, like me, take a look.
Olha, ainda não vi este trailer. Este trailer é novo, acho eu. Espetáculo.
When they speak of me, they want to lock your doors.
A voz não é estranha.
Same in your.
What?
That's cute.
Não me digas que não é a Paulina. Não. Do Vanguard? Não, não pode ser. Mas parecia mesmo. Ah, sim, isso concordo contigo, E a cena dos 10 attachments foi engraçado no início, mas tornava-se muito amassador. Um gajo sempre queria criar uma arma nova, eram 10 attachments que tinha que andar a configurar. Mas também te digo, não sei o que é pior, os 10 attachments ou todos os attachments terem que ser tunados. Não sei o que é pior, vou ser sincero. Para mim retiravam essa cena do tuning por uma vez só, porque isso é... Pá, é mais uma coisa que não acrescenta nada, quer dizer... É mais uma merda que um gajo tem que perder tempo... A ver qual é que é o melhor, o que é pior, um bocadinho mais para cima, um bocadinho mais para baixo. Acaba por ser secante. A longo prazo acaba por ser secante.
She is a PlayStation exclusive operator. This is my main in all the playtests. I auto lockpick It is how it is.
Did you know she was an art thief?
I didn't know she was an art thief. I was like, Thomas Crown have hair. Hello, it's me. We're about to head into live gameplay action for a brand new mode coming to Modern Warfare.
O Cutthroat.
But first, a couple of words.
Eu acho que é o modo que dá para jogar com 3 equipas.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL. Play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q Class.
Isto é tipo os anúncios do
8 inches.
do
Timekeeper of Modern Warfare.
Super Bowl.
Go to nvmt.com/cod.
Por acaso é fixe aquele relógio do lado esquerdo e do lado direito também.
Backbone. Level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty.
Os streamers que vieram aqui a este evento receberam estas merdas todas à borda.
Call of Duty Next, bringing
Que cara.
surround sound to your at-home game.
Não, aqui é que um gajo vê que a Activision tem tanto dinheiro, até pode gastar o dinheiro em oferecer estas merdas.
Duty Next here at the Creators Arena. Everyone's getting ready to hop into the brand new mode, Cutthroat. And this is going to be a unique one because it's 3v3 action.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a little bit of
3 equipas 3, era o que eu estava a dizer há bocado.
There's a lot of threes in it.
Yeah.
So
It's fun to say.
3 equipas 3.
it's hard to say after a while. It's all about elimination. So you're there. As long as your squad can take out the other 2 squads, that's how you're going to win. It is inspired by gunfight. Like you are actually it is a very competitive mode. The thing that we like about it is it plays on all of our fantastic 16 launch maps that are there, and you get to play them in a new way. So in the past, like TDM, you're spawning at either side of the map. What Cutthroat is allowing us to do is put these triangular spawns in. So because they're 3 different teams, you now have 3 points. Triangle. Math somewhere in there.
geometry, brother.
Simple maths.
Yeah. And so it allows you to experience these maps in a way that you've never experienced before, which is part of that modernization that we like to talk about in the maps. And it's a fun experience to have, super competitive, and it's one.
É como eu.
It's very fun.
Para mim, não estão a fazer lá nada.
Yeah, so you got the
É só mais uma cena que um gajo está a perder tempo, na minha opinião.
That's a fun little way to, come back after.
What led you guys to want to make this mode? What was the inspiration behind it?
It was gunfight.
Por exemplo, seja Touchman era engraçado.
Gunfight, of course, is 2v2.
2v2 is
this
gunfight.
É apenas mais um.
Played on separate maps. It's played
Era engraçado.
And so what we wanted to do is be able
Concordo com isso, concordo com isso.
focus on the 16 maps that we had at launch and be able to have a mode that is as exciting, as competitive as gunfight in there, and really bring something new to the table too, so our players can go out and have fun and enjoy a new experience with their squad.
Yeah,
And you can take your load out this time. So,
yes,
yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
Right.
Unlike Gunfight, we're not providing the squads with weapons. You can actually bring your blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep,
that's right.
And it is sweaty.
It is a sweaty
I am so excited to see these guys play it because they're awesome at the game anyway. We see Dr.
Olha,
Novo,
o modo de
he
jogo
is
novo.
on Cutthroat, and of course the objective, the capture point at the end, is
It's already there. Yep.
the overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's down.
Olha o cara. Ah, eles ficam down, ok.
What happens
Not
when
anymore.
Not anymore.
Está fixe, está fixe.
Eliminated, you're out.
Olha, vamos ver aqui o aim assist.
No
The
respawn.
rounds are quick.
Yeah.
They go
Não está muito forte.
fast. We spent a lot of time
Não pareceu que estivesse muito forte, mas
there with,
a pessoa que eu vou querer ouvir dizer se é forte ou não é, és tu.
in that
Porque tu foste sincero
flag there.
no Modern Warfare 2, eu quero que tu sejas sincero aqui neste.
Capture that flag. Whoever, well, they got eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first, just like Gunfight, is going to do it.
Depois até podemos fazer uma coisa, tu entras na minha conta e jogas.
Where that flag is.
E vais mudar a tua opinião.
That triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little different.
Ah, mas não tens PS5, esquece.
Gives players an opportunity to move around and actually
Yeah.
interact with more in the map, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're.
Mas o Diogo tem... Ah, o Diogo... mas o Bernardo não vai saber dizer.
It is a lot of fun.
Ele não sabe distinguir isso.
That guy's got really cool hair.
I was going to say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would refrain from it.
No, I feel like if anything, awesome. It looks a lot like the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah. É preciso, é?
Here we go.
Bem, mas vamos ver isto. Isto é que interessa.
Again, I'm very interested in these smaller game modes.
Mas é engraçado este modo de jogo.
It just creates opportunities for you to have those
Isto é uma forma engraçada
moments, right?
de um gajo treinar o jogo de equipa, mano.
Situations like
Vou-te ser sincero.
to figure out how to use your, you could pop smoke.
Olha que eu acho que eu gostava deste modo. E gostava que o Diogo comprasse este jogo.
Tension that's building around when is this?
Nós os três a jogarmos isto.
When do I want to go in? When does I
Não
want?
sabes distinguir se o aim assist é forte ou não, mano.
Smoke? You throw a smoke right here, Greg?
No, there's no.
Porque tu não jogas de comando,
You gotta wait for the flag to come out.
jogas de rato e teclado como eu. Tu tens a consola. Ou nós os três, mano.
Good strat.
Yeah, we
Mas eu não sei se tu vais comprar o jogo.
grenade, which would be great in this situation because you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team that
Mano, olha que este jogo promete, puto. Compra este jogo.
your entire team.
So it's
Compra este jogo.
DMD grenade, a little
Eu amanhã.
matchup, but it actually is going to stick.
É assim, também não sei se vou já fazer pre-order. Porque este mês está a ser um bocado tramado a nível de custos.
Able to tear it off.
Mas
Yeah, you just
amanhã vou tomar a decisão se vou fazer o pre-order ou não.
Way more visibility on the enemy squad there.
Mas olha que estou muito inclinado.
You hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I haven't seen actually. Thermo
20 euros.
Barrett grenade.
Yeah,
Mas o jogo não custa só 20 euros.
Because it's kind of like a Molotov, but like on steroids. So it just like
Yeah.
does a big boom, and then also has area denial as well.
Yeah, it has
Olha que este modo de jogo vai ser muito engraçado. Muito engraçado.
You can throw it around corners, you can throw it under cars.
No Vanguard eles tentaram arranjar aquele modo de jogo, lembras-te, Tomás?
And,
Não valia um caralho.
adds a little bit of additional
Como é que aquilo se chamava?
after the fact, so even if you survive
Também era com equipas.
that one,
E eram a eliminar umas às outras.
afterwards.
Lupo just
Mas aquilo foi um fiasco. Nem me lembro do nome daquilo.
he picked up his teammate.
Mas olha que este aqui é capaz de ser engraçado. Porque as três equipas, são só três, né? E estão a jogar as três em simultâneo. Não é uma de cada vez. Não, tipo, não são duas de cada vez. É tudo de repente.
Favela. I just, I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands amongst us. Yeah.
I too have a favela stand.
But I'm just looking at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here. We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Não tem recoil. Olha, Bernardo, não sei se tens estado aqui a ver desde o início da stream,
It's quite awesome.
mas aquilo que eu te falei no outro dia do recoil visual não existe, mano. Olha para isto.
High-rises,
Tu consegues ver onde é que estás a disparar finalmente.
all unique in their own way.
You know what?
O pontinho,
To a state.
o pontinho não,
Well, you're gonna be alone.
não mexe, mano.
Look at that. You split the vote.
Não mexe, mano. Era isto que a gente precisava. Só isto já vai equilibrar muito
With like the capture bot and
a luta entre rato e teclado versus comando. Só isto já vai equilibrar bastante.
Floor store.
E eu parece-me
Opened a window up. That
que o aim assist não está tão forte, mas há aqui situações em que me deixam na dúvida. Agora aqui, por exemplo, pareceu que estava um bocadinho forte.
Any new windows.
no. I'm sorry. I might have.
Mas pronto, esta rapariga também é de chica, ela joga mais Fortnite, pode não estar habituada ao aim assist deste jogo, não sei.
there you go.
Okay.
There's a lot of those things that are in the map, like
Mas joga bem, ela joga bem.
have changed in a lot of things, like how long
Mas olha que eu acho que este modo,
doors are.
Yeah.
We actually have the doors in here. I know not everybody's thrilled with that, but it is a
este modo vai ser incrível.
adds a lot, especially within cutthroat, because now you're peeking those. You're able to use them for your advantage in there.
Pois, eu também acho que vai estar ao pé, mas olha.
Bring the window up only because, to your point.
Mas pronto, só o facto, oh mano, tu não,
Really brought to these maps that make them feel.
yeah. Nem é a questão dos streamers, puto, até é mais a questão da malta que joga de forma casual. Precisa mesmo do aim assist para competir, porque se não tiver aim assist não vai conseguir fazer nada, a verdade é essa.
Round War is one that I want to talk about. We touched
Isso é
on it
lógico.
earlier on. I
Tipo,
want
malta casual que não jogue muito bem,
Modern Warfare
se não tiver aim assist não tem hipótese nenhuma.
that are going to be
Enquanto que jogadores como o Tomás,
Kim, like, give us
se
a
tiverem um bocadinho menos aim assist,
I'm very
se calhar a única diferença que vai ter é, em vez de fazer 15 kills faz 12.
Modern Warfare 3.
Poderá só essa a diferença, mas há malta que em vez de fazer 2 ou 3 kills não faz nenhuma.
Player
É a diferença.
and we will be showcasing
No
3
Warzone.
ground war maps at launch with
Isto é um novo Warzone. Estão a falar como o Ground War, mas isto é um novo Warzone também.
I believe that's the level.
Isto vai ter muitas semelhanças a Verdansk, mano.
Right, so,
Muitas.
we have Popov power.
Preparem-se.
and Orlov military base.
Preparem-se, nós vamos ter um Verdansk 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So during the open beta, you'll be able
Mas uma coisa que eu quero saber
vehicles to Modern Warfare
é que se esta movimentação
Awesome.
vai estar no Warzone ou não.
Earlier, but War Mode is returning.
Espero que sim.
Ground War,
Espero que sim.
The favorite from Call of Duty World War II will be coming back with Modern Warfare 3.
It is awesome, and it is the attack.
Eu acho que o Tomographic joga de rato e teclado também.
Earlier, but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Coney group that has taken over a military base. They are launching ICBMs. and you are getting your tank out there, escorting your tank through a downtown area, and just having a blast doing it, and not to.
Mano, eu já não me sentia tão hyped
as well.
por um COD
Yeah, there was.
há muito tempo, acredito.
It was trying to come out and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I saw what you were doing there. I liked it, yeah.
Este gajo quis ser mais esperto. Olha, o revive foi bem rápido, porra. Ei, o gajo deu o revive no instante. Bem fixe, olha, muito fixe. Porque eu por acaso estava para dizer há bocado que se os revives fossem muito lentos, este jogo estava fodido, né? Porque este modo de jogo não tinha hipótese nenhuma. Mas como é rápido, é incrível. Bom, pronto, foram inteligentes. Porque se fosse lento como não é no Warzone, aqui um gajo morre muito mais rápido. Promete. Este modo de jogo também promete. Olha, bem fixe, dá para ver agora ali os attachments da arma. Do lado direito, cá em baixo. Coisa que não dava para ver antes, acho eu. Eu pelo menos não me lembro. Agora dá.
Which is the thing that really sticks to me. Like, if you don't want to jump in with your friends and regular matchmaking, you could do war mode. You could
Coitado, Bernardo.
you know, it feels like that was the mission of the studio here to like really give
Yeah.
to just like make the decision, go with your friends, play what you want.
And like I mentioned about you know, some of the new maps coming in live season, we have a bunch of new modes planned for live season as well that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
All right, well, I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world. And that is going to wrap it up for the NW3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam Gray for joining us.
Tomás, não sei se não vamos para os zombies.
My favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Maven, who you got?
Thank you. You know, when I thought about being hot and ready, the first thing that came to mind was my guy, Legion.
Hey. I'm really proud to be the other bald guy on stage with you today. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It looks beautiful. Listen, the first thing you said to me is how fun this is, and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out energy drink burps right now. I'm 30, I'm feeling 18. I just smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know. It's incredible, but I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now.
Diz que matou o Biffle. Está todo contente.
What have you loved the most so far about just getting in, diving in NW3?
Brother, all the fun stuff is really fun. The shotguns, the new
É isto é que eu sinto. E eu acho que eles vão ser mesmo genuínos. Isto não é marketing, isto é mesmo genuíno. Porque é isto que eu sinto. Quando estou a ver, é o que eu sinto. É tudo rápido. É o que nós queremos.
Listen, I was 16 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So all these maps that we are playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back, bro, it's
Bernardo, tu nunca jogaste um Modern Warfare 2, foi não? De 2009, foi não?
You're talented.
Responde-me isso.
Now let's talk about the chair. This is the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We were a little bit worried about what this was going to be able to handle, especially if I tried to sit on your lap. But this is the hot seat, dude. You like yourself some pizza?
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight. But I'm feeling really good right now, and I feel like you and I together in this hot seat together, it's just too much hotness. This is too much interaction. If our bald heads connect one more time, the venue lights shut down.
Speaking of that, we got to get out of here. Let's get this over to Shift Legion. Thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, there's just always comedy with two bald guys in the mix. But yeah,
Hello, Shotzi.
with the one and only Shotzi.
Yeah.
I got to start with the fun question first. I mean, just enjoyment level. How are you enjoying the game to this point?
This game's amazing, man. I have nothing but good things to say about the
Mano,
game. I love the movement.
este gajo para estar a dizer que o jogo é bom é porque é mesmo, porque este gajo é pro player. Este gajo é pro player, é mesmo profissional. E os profissionais, os gajos dizem tudo o que pensam, mas o mais sincero possível. Para ele estar a dizer que é bom.
Smoothly than any other COD I've played. I feel like it has a mix of like fast and a little bit of a slower slide cancel, but yeah, I love it. It's very, very fast.
Mano, para ele estar a dizer isto, este jogo vai fazer fantástico.
I'm not broken anything, but I will say that there's like these sneakers that allow you to like slide any ADS, and I feel like that's meta right now.
All right, so make sure you check out the stream for that, because that's going to be all the hacks and clues for that. Now, getting into the competitiveness, I mean, last year, lots of conversations.
Este jogo vai prometer tanto, malta. Para os shots e estar a dizer isto, e eles normalmente são super críticos.
Competitive skill gap's going to be for this game.
So yeah, definitely movement. I feel like slide canceling obviously is going to be, you know, very OP, and then I feel like the aim assist in this game is actually very not as sticky as other games. I feel like mid and far range, it's actually not as sticky. So That's a
Aim assist nerfado, malta.
Thanks so much.
Aim assist nerfado.
About on his stream, and well, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on what they just saw with multiplayer before we come back with.
Eu bem parecia que não estava a agarrar tanto, mas vamos ver.
For Modern Warfare.
Para este gajo estar a dizer estas coisas, atenção. Atenção.
Call of Duty Next.
Eles são muito críticos. Estes gajos estão-se a cagar para marketing. Eles dizem o que pensam. Ele, Scamp. Mano, este jogo esquece. Este jogo vai arrebentar com tudo. Finalmente. Bernardo, espero que tenhas ouvido bem isto. Espero que a Sledgehammer tenha ouvido. Espero.
Call of Duty Next.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Call of Duty Next. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined here in the fireside chat. I've got one Praggy, we've got OVP, we've got Nameless, and we have Alley Cat on the corner there. We are going to be, I suppose reacting is one way to put it now, but like, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to work in my life. I've never been this excited about a COD. Like Legion hit the nail on the head. I'm 18 again, 34 in skin, but 18 in gun.
Mano, este jogo vai prometer tanto.
First impressions, lay it on, Miguel.
Oh gosh, I mean, how cool is this? I think you get that element of nostalgia, the new kind of newness from the game as well. It's refreshing all in one. I mean, for me, I think it's got to be about the fact that you can kind of almost customize what you want to do, what type of player you want to be in game. I mean, it starts with movement, and then you're looking at the perk system, but there's a balance there as well. I'm just so excited to see what type of player, first of all, I'll be, but especially our two MP experts over here, Nameless, Ali. I mean, you guys not only talk about multiplayer for a living, but you guys play it day in, day out, so much.
Yeah. Temos que ligar, a reclamar. Mano, este jogo está-me a deixar completamente no máximo de hype, acredita.
Is you're getting the classic maps, you're getting the best things that we all fell in love with Call of Duty about, but you're also getting the best of the innovations of recent Call of Duties as well. So it's just been spectacular seeing, we played Hardpoint on Skid Row yesterday. Who could say that in 2023? It's been amazing, Ali.
No, it really has. I think it's interesting that you brought up like the play style, because I feel like in events like this especially, like I was bringing up Warzone players, like their style of play is a little bit different from like what we see on a day-to-day basis, and even just normal content creators, they're going for snipes and stuff, and High-Rise is obviously a perfect place for that. So I think the fact that the movement feels so smooth, and to see everybody, there's something for everyone, right? So, I mean, it's been a great day so far.
So far, so good. We have a little bit more time than we thought we'd have, guys, so we can delve a little deeper here. I think that one of the coolest things, and the desk touched upon it a little bit, we got to experience yesterday when we played, we're making the most meaningful decisions, I think, ever in COD when it comes to our loadouts now and our perks. So what vest I'm wearing, I ran the Demolition vest. It means I think I lose one of my tacticals, but I gain like 2 lethals, which turns me into a killing machine, quite frankly. The Breacher drone,
yeah,
a lot of fun.
Miles.
Way too much fun, actually.
That thing's insane. The Breacher drone, you just throw it in a hallway, it flies super quick. You can actually shoot out of the air. I didn't know that yesterday. I know you said you tried it, though.
I shot my own drone down accidentally. I was pre-aiming somebody in cover. They were in perfect chest side cover.
Yeah.
I let the drone fly out, and it follows a direct path. It doesn't have the craziest range. It is fast enough. But I was pre-aiming that spot, and then when the guys, with the red dot appeared, I fired away. I shot down my own Breacher drone. But it's just one of many fun new items that we have to play with here. And again, to meaningful choices, like from top to bottom. What shoes am I wearing? What kind of gloves am I wearing in this loadout?
Yeah.
How do I want to play? Am I stationary? I might have the strafe speed shoes on, get my shoulders working. We heard Shotzi talk about the tack stance and how he's sliding around the map. And this is something we cannot stress this enough, friends. You're going to be schmoving in this game like you may have never moved before in COD.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. I want to hear what you think as well, as the fact that you can turn a pistol basically into an SMG. You don't need a perk. You don't need to have that on. You can literally do that yourself with guns and get it to the way that you want it. I mean, running basically a secondary.
I know, it's
SMG.
Vamos, malta. Este jogo vai prometer tanto. Tanto.
With like the aftermarket weapon attachments as well with the weekly challenges. So there'll be a bunch of different types of variations that you have with your gun. But we saw the Renetti. It's already insane. I saw a tweet from Scump on the timeline, a 10-piece with the Renetti. So when you turn that into an SMG, I mean, it's going to be crazy. The world's your oyster.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ali, I've got to ask you, what are you most excited about? You play so much, but jumping into game, what type of player do you think you see yourself becoming with Modern Warfare 3 now?
I just gotta order some new controllers to get used to breaking my thumbsticks all over again. Honestly, that's that's something that is really close to the CDL heart. The competitive style is getting into the slide canceling and the ADSing, like Shotzi was touching on.
Vamos, malta, vamos, malta.
The fact of like, I was 9 years old when a lot of these maps were a thing, and like, yeah, my bad. But yeah, like I was watching my dad play, but like I don't like those are core memories for me, but I never really got to load in. And so like now as a 23-year-old getting to load into these maps and kind of like have the nostalgia of, oh, I kind of recognize this, like I kind of know this map, but like not knowing every nook and cranny just yet. And like, so it's still kind of new to me, but it's also nostalgic at the same time.
And to Ali's point, like think about running around favela and being able to mantle as fast as you can in this game. Some of the different boots that you mentioned, we were messing around with that slide yesterday. It goes for a while and you can aim in virtually instantly and cancel it as well. So there's so many different things that people are gonna get into this game and figure out. It's gonna play a bit different than obviously back in day with MW2, but a lot better. It feels super smooth.
And that's the most important thing we've been touching upon and people have been asking us about. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Oh,
it feels really good. It's very, very smooth. To your point, sliding shoes on, I'm hitting tack stance faster than ever, I'm sliding for full ADS. You can hit snipes, guys. Have you ever imagined hitting a fully zoomed in snipe while sliding in? Well, MW3 is the game for you. But yeah, and we've got a lot of cool stuff. All the one-times optics, so anything red dot, a lot of the hollows. None of these things really add anything to ADS speed anymore. So the game itself in general has sped up tremendously. We were messing around with tack stance yesterday as well. I mean, sort of the canted approach to take to your weapon. I'm running a big ×8 scope, right? And I can't ADS in, but if I want to hit those more CQB situations, I'm keeping maximum spatial awareness. I've got my situational awareness, my screen's up. I'm able to use a weapon with a big scope in close range, whether it's an LMG, whether it's a sniper. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still really nice to have choices as a player. We've got so many options.
É isso mesmo. Gajo não sentir-se restrito a jogar sempre com a mesma coisa.
What we saw on the desk, it's the choices that you can make. And I think balance is such an important thing. I think in any Call of Duty game, balance is key, especially when you're going up against players who do have a choice of what they want to run, especially with perks. But being able to have that potential to take something away, if you do want to risk and reward, you're coming in with potentially like silent footsteps, you're running ghosts, you're making sure that you're the type of player you want to be, but something also is taken away from you. So that balance is so, so important, I think, in all Call of Duty titles.
100%. I mean, footsteps are silent if you want them to be. That is a massive W. I was running around yesterday and I saw red dots on the mini-map. My footsteps were silent. I was sneaking up on people. I was just having a blast. I mean, we're talking about 12 years ago when these maps came out. They look even better now. So I can't wait to get my hands on that beta, which is coming out soon.
Very, very soon indeed. Well, it's exciting to be reminiscing for very, very good reason. As we talked about earlier, we are celebrating Call of Duty's 20th anniversary, which is an amazing milestone. And with a great milestone comes an opportunity for great rewards. To celebrate 20 years of Call of Duty history, players can receive daily login rewards between October 6th to October 16th for every single daily login per day, up to 7 in total. You'll receive these rewards, which you're seeing on screen, including an old school price operator skin. That takes me back. These rewards all will carry forward in MW3 as well, so grab them now and take them into the next title. For more details, head over to the Call of Duty blog. Nameless, your earliest memory of COD, was it like waiting in line at midnight trying to get something? What was it for you, mate?
I mean, yeah, first off, I will say we didn't have cool swag like this in these digital packs. I mean, this is that was before that time, but I mean, just playing split screen was the best like old memories I have with my friends in screen looking, trying to figure out where they were on Call of Duty 2. And now it's 2023 and we got everything, and you can still screen watch. It's right there, they're right next to each other.
Next level.
We might be some players doing that here.
No way. Incredible memories that have been had on Call of Duty. Ali, what is your earliest memory on COD?
Well, I know I talked about playing with my dad, but I think one of the more core memories, which I can't wait to break down the new and exciting stuff in that game mode coming later, has to be with zombies. When I was in middle school, I'd go over to my friend Anastasia's house, and we'd go in her basement, we'd turn off all of the lights, and then we'd load up split-screen zombies on her big TV on the couch, and just all night on her Xbox just sitting there playing zombies on town survival, you know, going as far as we could, training them around the lava pit in the center. So that's definitely like a core memory for me.
I love to hear that. We're going to be sharing lots more stories on these couches, I am sure, as we get through the rest of today. But we also wanted to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow for PlayStation players and next week for Xbox and PC players. You saw a ton of great multiplayer content today. Play that and more over the next week. Check out the Call of Duty blog for more details. I personally can't wait to see everybody get in the mix.
Or don't worry, in addition to open beta early access, all those PlayStation players out there, be sure to pre-order on PlayStation Store to get an exclusive look at the Lockpick Operator Pack at MW3's launch.
Big question is, what did you guys think of Lockpick? That's another one that we saw on the desk. And I mean, there's so much to break down here. All of the team were going through every single detail, but Ali, what did you make of it?
She's freaking cool. Like, I know Stephanie talked about how she insta-locks her every single time that she's loading up into a game, and I might have to follow suit. Like, we might have to battle it out for who gets to be the lockpick in game, because she is cool.
Yeah, I'm down with the blue camo as well. Very excited to see all the crazy skins. We've got a tease of some of those skins in game.
It's a skin fish.
You name it, it's all happening. But Lockpick available for you, PlayStation players. Hit that pre-order. We've had quite a deep dive on MW3's multiplayer mode so far, and over the past couple of months, I mean, I suppose that was the best way to put it. We've had some teasers, we've had some insights, we've had a few leaks of the return of Makarov and what that means to Modern Warfare 3's campaign. All that in store very, very soon. But now, though, friends, it's time for something quite different. Straight from our friends at Treyarch, here is a look at Modern Warfare Zombies.
Zombies, Tomás, este é teu. Isto é para ti. E isto está de ser no mapa do Warzone. Um mapa novo.
One of our patrols reported hostile contact. Then went dark.
There's one! I can see him!
E isto parece tanto Verdansk, mano.
Nothing gets in, and nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Mas este é o teu momento.
Dynamic and evolving. There are other friendly assets on the ground. Join forces to take out those threats.
Open World. Não sei se para ti é bom ou se não, mas é uma novidade.
Strike team, you have execute authority. Proceed to the high threat zone.
Olha. Olha a macaquinha.
Monsters are real. Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
O que é que tu achas? DMZ Zombies. É mais ou menos isso, sim. É mais ou menos isso, sim. O que é que tu achas? Pá, é diferente. Isto é a música do Cold War por trás, mano. Isto é a música do Cold War por trás.
Welcome to the both of y'all, and it is so exciting to talk about some zombies.
Fired up to be here. Yes, let's
It looks awesome in here. We just
Mas esta é a equipa que tu mais gostas que cria os zombies, é a Treyarch.
The ambiance.
Por isso,
There's something about purple and zombies that just it really.
Treyarch é melhor a fazer jogos de zombies, mano.
This week we held.
Yeah. Oh, exatamente.
We were able to.
A Treyarch é
Groups of creators who are here
a
today.
exímia nos zombies, mano.
Into Treyarch, first time you guys have had folks in the studio.
Nota-se logo.
In a long time, it was super exciting. You want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions.
Yeah, exatamente. Até nos sons dá para perceber.
Experience bringing in those people. You know, zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You're getting to see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some footage. They got some playtime. You guys answered about some questions.
Yeah, the playtest was absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as you know, having been in the lab, making this for so long, right, and then getting people to see it. In what you guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do often, bringing people into the studio. So that must have been a very, like, almost revealing experience for you guys, right?
It felt very good getting outside people besides us playing it.
Yeah,
like,
you're like, oh, wait a minute, this game is good.
Hey, this is super fun. You know? So it's like, we were right. Yeah,
we did it.
Isto vai substituir o DMZ, claramente.
Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you know, ripe amongst the crowd of creators that was there. Easter eggs. We know them, we love them, we want them in zombies. What, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I mean,
a little tidbit, a little morsel.
A little something.
We can't give them all.
Giving any.
Well, then what should we expect?
So if you were paying attention to that trailer you just saw for the first time, maybe at the end, if you go back and scrub it, you might see something that you'll see that's kind of big. Now, I don't want to give it all away. There's a lot to discover in this open world zombies.
Oh yeah, and I think that is going to lead perfectly to my.
Como é que chamava aquele modo de jogo dos zombies do Cold War que era parecido com isto, mano?
I guess, you know,
não era bem isto, mas era também tipo open world, que eu não me estou a lembrar.
Zombies. The differences potentially from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting it in the modern warfare era where you have their equipment, the operators, and it just feels so badass, you know?
And it's in this massive open.
Não era Firebase. Não, cá não era.
That's something that feels.
Não me lembro. Havia modo de jogo que era muito parecido. Nível de open world. Eu cheguei a jogar contigo e tudo.
You know, Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you did in this big new way.
So we just saw an opportunity with the big map to have the biggest PvE experience we've ever had in the franchise. So
which
in
is
the past,
we
had pure PvE.
Yes, pure PvE, no PvP.
You're safe here, and there's, you know, we usually have 4 players.
Kind of. You know,
safe
it
is
is
relative.
zombies at the end of the day. Yeah. But then you mentioned like the way that the game's played, the open world, but how do the players like interact with one another in that world? Because and also, like, you know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players total. You can go in solo. You can go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're all on the same.
Sim, mano, mas nós chegávamos a jogar mapas. Eu sei que joguei contigo modo de jogo que era mais aberto, só que eu não me lembro como é que se chamava.
In-game form a super team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's 8 squads of 3. You can group up together. You can go lone wolf it. I don't know if I'd recommend that, guys, from what I've seen.
Mean,
experienced players.
If you want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun to grab some friends, form those super squads.
Yeah.
And again, the map is massive. There's zombies everywhere. There's other surprises everywhere.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
I'm getting excited.
And so a couple weeks ago, we saw
Só que eu não me lembro do modo.
very first look at Modern Warfare Zombies in the cinematic that we released, which really sets the stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies in that we see Soap, we see Laswell, and more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't think we were going to see again.
That's right.
Miles, can you take us through What's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going on?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic. And if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22, the year 2021. And that's really important to the story because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but there's a reason for that. Now, the next question which you're hinting to,
Vou tentar descobrir.
is Zakayev alive? I saw him die, but did you? Did you really?
I saw him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw him fall. There was blood. But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead. Now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. And Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased.
Ooh.
But then whispers emerge that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion, he starts to hear whispers himself as he's recovering from falling down that silo, which he did.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts a little bit.
Era o Outbreak, acho.
Ethereum, and he wants to.
Acho que era o Outbreak.
Sets the stage. All of that, by the way, is day one, getting in the door, like you
Yeah,
said.
era o Outbreak.
That's the start of the story, and players are going to experience this story just in really interesting ways.
So it's a flashback, it's canon, we've got worlds colliding with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way. Let's take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission.
Ooh. Yes.
Isto é o novo mapa do Warzone, malta.
Comms tower. Marking location on TAC map. Once tower is active, use decryption key from Jansen's tablet to establish comms.
Mas, ó Tomás, eu acho que a gente vai gostar disto, mano. Eu acho que nós vamos gostar disto, mano. Sinceramente.
Oh, you got here quicker than expected. I still need a minute or two. I'm in the middle of erasing my research from the Terminus database.
Protect Dr. Jansen. We need her alive.
Target down. Zakayev will unleash this hell everywhere from New York to Joburg if we can't stop him here.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all threats.
So what you just saw there.
Yeah.
That story mission.
Eu acho que a gente vai gostar disto, mano. Fala sério. Olha, prefiro muito mais isto do que estar a jogar DMZ contra bots. Muito mais. Porque isto assim tem um ambiente completamente diferente, né?
Friends along the way as well, and they're going to help you on this story and these missions that take you across the big map. Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a Zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and kill some zombies, you can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this, and that's really the exciting thing is it kind of pick your poison, that player pacing in that sense.
Modern Warfare 3 is about options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent to me as I'm hearing you guys talk about this like throughout the day. Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know what, Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really. It runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So Zombies can be pretty intimidating, and we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to
isto é o mapa do Warzone, novo mapa.
and have fun.
Isto é um novo mapa.
Support our veteran audience. So
and on a brand new
map, and we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're going to infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into that center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Sakeo threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him.
Yeah,
I gotta say. Yeah.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
Yep.
And now we have to pay for it. All right. Well, then let's look at the flip side of that one, though, right? Because we talked about the new players, how we get those folks into the game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone, so to speak. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys. We've got the pack-a-punch, the pat machine. All of these things are
tudo que é o clássico tá aqui, mano.
Map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? But those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well. Using the score streaks.
Features that you recognize if from experiences in other modes.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies. So that's where we've married them together in interesting ways. But
it's awesome.
The most important core feature, of course.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
Is our cereal.
Cereal.
You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. Yeah. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light.
It's outrageous.
I may or may not have taken a box of those already.
I've stolen this.
I mean, a crate. I'm not talking about a single box. I'm talking about a single crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck? You know?
Wow.
And shout out to Off Limits Cereal for making this with the box bespoke for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. And it's a woman-owned business, which is dope.
Awesome.
And it goes in the dark.
Bang.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our Zombies players. And that's the Wonder Weapon, guys.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a Wonder Weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the Scorcher.
Oh my word.
I'm gonna just look at it for a second.
Vais gostar disto, mas.
That thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher again is built for demolishing the highest density of zombies you've ever.
Sabes o que é que isto me está a fazer lembrar, mano? Este mapa. Para além de parecer Verdansk, imagina o que é que era jogarmos Verdansk com zombies. Imagina só. Imagina este modo de jogo em Verdansk. Incrível. Era incrível.
Absolutely. It's once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal, there's no limit. Chef's kiss.
Okay,
Chef's kiss.
Chef's
Wonder
kiss.
Weapon.
You're like, I'm the
Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
And part of what makes Zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the replayability. Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction exfil mode, right? So you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the map, and at first you're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to play a lot over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the next time hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talked to me, we mentioned it before, we saw Zakayev yeet the vial in the cinematic. That has created the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how the storm will play into the map, what that vial did, and what the gameplay repercussions are going to be for the player there?
Yeah, so this thing is in the map, and it's the source. It's spreading the dark aethers, so it will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the map, and that's where you need to get out.
Yeah.
And it gets really intense.
So it's a total 1 hour
session
limit. Yeah, 1 hour session. Again, those 24 players.
It goes back to getting in, you know, again, player pacing. You want to stay on the outer edges, awesome. You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat, but the Ether Storm waits for no one, and it will come. And it will make the zombies harder. Yeah. And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going into the storm to cleanse it? Yeah. Are we avoiding it?
What are we going to find in there?
the hell out of Dodge?
What's the exfil plan?
What are we doing here?
What are we doing here?
Mas tu vais adorar isto, mano. Tu vais adorar isto.
And really, too, when you think about that
Já estou a sentir.
heat map for zombies, part of that is going to be gearing up. You said you're spending, you know, a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow. Yeah. Gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful infill. But one of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you.
Item persistence.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have insurance slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, you know, in the past, you've had to do all that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisitions. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons. Yeah. All of those things you can find in the match and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch, drink 4 perks immediately, and now you're good to go. Like you're going all the way into the high throw.
Straight into the red zone, juiced up on perks, right?
Quite a difference, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what was the, I guess, like inspiration? Was it just, hey, let's just try something creative, different, fun, do what Zombies has always done and push the bar?
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's part of that. How do you use new players and seasons players, right? It kind of relates to rounds. If you're familiar from that, is like when you get into the higher zones and you have more of that arsenal, that's for those seasons players. They're gonna feel it and they're gonna want that challenge. Well, you know what? There's a big challenge there, so you better be loaded up on a bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the lightning round here. Finally, Miles, I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there lurking in the world. But of all the secrets, again, I'm going to pressure you.
Keep going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
we want people to find them.
We do want them to find them, but we have, again, taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well,
So
look,
more coming.
You're not getting it out of us.
You know what? Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that. Ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be available for players to fight against.
We have a full gambit. It starts with just our zombies. We have more zombies than we've ever seen before in one space. They completely fill up this map. Anywhere you go, there's going to be danger. But then we have all of our other awesome enemies. So Hellhound, our Mimic, who can disguise himself as a cache in the map, so you have to be careful. The Disciple, he buffs.
That was me this morning.
Just waking up.
Free coffee.
Buffing zombies and life draining. The Mangler with his cannon and ranged attacks. So just all sorts of threats. But the Mega Abomination, he's about 3 times bigger than we last saw him.
Yeah, because he needed to be bigger.
Yeah, he's now grown some crawlers under his stomach.
Oh, fun.
The dingle dangles.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big. So he needs those guys to go inside.
Get you in the buildings.
But this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe. I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in these little creatures and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's, do you want to die by the lasers outside or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are humans in Zombies as well.
The real enemies all along.
So this enemy PMC group is in the world.
That's another, you know, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion. and they are across the map. So for the first time, you're going to be able to, if you want, fight these AI. There's a gameplay loop tied to them where there's a progression on that side, and you can run into them. You can avoid them if you want. If you just want to chill out and shoot zombies all day, that's great. You want to mix it, that's cool. Or the coolest thing is to take a horde of zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the human
that's
AI.
cool.
And,
okay.
And it's basically, the zombies are third-partying.
Yes.
Right? Which is awesome. So we're 100% team zombies, and you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage so you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just, I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying. Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys saw it after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100% something that you're going to want to see in Zombies Day 1. But I have some other news. We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to be
tuned.
Awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin, Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your passion is infectious. Your love for this is truly inspirational, and I'm excited to try it out.
I wish we could stay and talk about it.
Yes.
I think we could
draw your self-portrait.
I know. Well,
Kevin drew some lovely Zombies artwork today.
I think we could talk about this all
day. We'll be debuting later.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so excited to jump into Zombies. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for sharing that love for this. And that, of course, wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies portion of this show here. But next up, it's Warzone with live Warzone gameplay and new map details are going to be coming your way. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, welcome back to Call of Duty Next. Zombies, where do we even start? Oh my God, I mean, it's what? We've got the spiritual successor to Outbreak from Cold War. We've got everything we know and love about zombies, and a big old look at what they called the big map. Did you notice at home when you saw that screen grab? Oh, that's a big map. That's the sort of map I could see 100-something players jumping into and fighting until the very last man or woman standing. Guys, zombies, let's get into it. The ray gun on desk right now obviously is very, very appropriate. It looks sick. It looks fun. I mean, I cannot wait, frankly.
I think the big thing is that it's almost like a gateway for others who have never played zombies before. It's Warzone type of style. You have also ether, waves of ether coming in that make your life a lot harder, as if zombies wasn't hard enough. But just, there is something for everybody in this zombies game. It's so fun. I actually, could see a couple of the pro players in the CDL reacting to zombies and being like, hold on a second, are we going to play?
Our good buddy Simp is already tweeting about it, saying zombies look sick. It does look sick, Simp. You're absolutely right. But Ali, I mean, this is like, we're going to pull up as a squad. We're going to have our own whip. All of our skins are involved. We can enjoy the cinematic story moments, and then we can get absolutely into the action and play around with the zombies.
Absolutely, Miles. I know that you're going to be on the outskirts for a hot minute. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Slow.
Yeah, don't worry. Me and Ant will take all of the really difficult hordes as we head towards the center. And it kind of gives me, because I played a lot of Outbreak, so I am kind of curious as to, like, they talk about the 3 different levels. Like, how serious are we talking about the jump between those levels? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to jump in.
Well, what I found like really interesting was the way that you can exfil with weapons and bring them back later on, right? Because like we could have strategies like you can get all the perks, I'll get a crazy weapon, Ali gets another crazy weapon, and then we come back in and instantly go to the hot zone. So Zombies looks amazing, man. And those monsters were terrifying. We heard the devs so passionate talking about how insane the zombies are going to be in this game, and that's what I get most excited about. I just want to see that whole horde come towards me. I want to have that crazy Scorcher light them all roll up and get to the action right away, but they have those layers for everybody. If you're new to zombies, you can just stay on the outside, loot up, and take your time. So a bunch of different elements to this year's zombies, and I'm super excited to get in there.
Certainly are tons of elements to be excited for, and we're also so excited to announce the Soul Harvester Tracer weapon blueprint for the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. This gun is stunning. It will be available starting October 17th in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone to anyone who pre-orders the Vault Edition and comes to Modern Warfare 3 on launch day, November 10th, folks. Make sure that's in your calendars. You're going to want to run this blueprint, I promise you, when the Haunting launches, because in addition to the tracers and custom death effects, it will help you collect souls faster in a special upcoming event. Stay tuned. And you can turn those souls in for rewards as well. So when Modern Warfare launches, the blueprint is going to come with the dead wire ammo mod that lets you electrify undead hordes.
You mean to tell me there is an actual weapon that can fetch me their souls? I just wanted to get it out on broadcast. Sorry, guys.
Didn't he?
Plenty though, still coming up later today. Codnext doesn't finish just yet. We've got a day of Call of Duty action ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately following next, we will be Code Bowl 4, presented by USAA. Join the top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy, which has actually been in space, funny enough. 100% of the net proceeds from today will go toward placing more veterans into high-quality jobs. Now, we have a lot of Call of Duty fans. We've actually got a short message from someone who wants to say a very, very quick hello to all of you.
¿Qué rollo, plebada? Puro Modern Warfare 3 y pura WP. Se viene algo chingón.
Peso Pluma, thank you very much.
Thank you ever so much. I mean, pretty cool actually, isn't it? I love how many people are so interested, obviously, in Modern Warfare 3. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Now with the tease of something to come. Lottie, what's that all about, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, welcome to the TCL Power Hour. During this next hour, we will have our streamers try to complete a series of challenges while in the middle of Battle Royale. Now, there are 9 challenges, and with them come 9 opportunities for you, the viewer, to have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. Now, look at these, okay? We need to talk quickly about how these potentially might go down. Did you catch a glimpse of any of those challenges? What are we thinking?
Yeah. I instantly saw the one where you have to get, I think, like a double elimination with a drivable train.
Oh, what?
Yeah, wait. A drivable train?
One more time so the people out there.
You have to get a double elimination with a drivable.
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a train you can drive, guys. More on that later. But we did this last year. It's a lot of fun. So when our streamers are involved in that big old game of Warzone, we're going to be keeping an eye on these challenges. And if we do manage to complete that bingo card of Mania, you might have a chance to win television. Very exciting stuff.
Yes, and during this next hour, to enter for a chance to win, you need to submit a tweet using the hashtags #Codnext and #TCLXCOD sweepstakes. For each challenge completed by our streamers during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners, folks. We'll be keeping you guys updated on completed challenges as we see them come in, but we also do ask that you help us out as well. So take a screenshot of a challenge being completed and tweet them to #Codnext and #TCLXCOD sweepstakes.
Well, with that, very, very excited. But with that, our time has come. We're now going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then it's back over to Golden Boy and Stephanie at the desk with a very, very special guest, Raven. And then it's time for Warzone. Don't go too far.
Vamos chegar ao Warzone.
Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Welcome back, everyone, to Call of Duty Next, and it's now time to talk about something I know all of you people at home are excited to talk about. It's Warzone, and what we should all expect in the next chapter as we go into Modern Warfare 3. At the desk, we're now joined by Ted Timmons. He's the Senior Creative Director at RYZEN Software. Ted, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend. How you feeling, man?
This is something else. I can't wait to show you what RYZEN's
yeah, 250 players, you know, it's kind of big.
It's something, yeah.
Just a couple close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we
dropping
just
by.
couple homies, playing some games,
have a cup of
around.
tea.
Yeah, exactly. A cup of tea.
You know, do our thing.
I could actually go for a good cuppa now that I actually think about it.
We're in the right place. We'll offline.
Yeah, we definitely are. But yeah, we're really excited to have you and then talk all things Warzone because I know everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They are, and we teased it a bit earlier. There's a new map coming to Warzone later this year, I'm happy to say. But Ted, tell us where we're headed.
Ready? Welcome to Urzikstan.
Ooh, okay.
Where the Middle East.
Take a look. Here's Urzikstan.
This is it. We've been waiting. We've been sort of hinting all day long, right?
Hinting all day long, a little bit for the last week. It's of course got
Bora, man. Bora, mal.
POIs, all seamlessly integrated. Brand
Verdansk 2.0.
full of wonderful nostalgia that we'll dive into as well when we play.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this is where
Verdansk 2.0.
Middle East meets Europe
Eastern
a little bit,
Europe, yes.
Eastern Europe
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yes.
And Urzikstan will of course be familiar to many Modern Warfare players as a central location from the campaign, of course, where Farah is from.
Yes. This is my personal favorite point of interest, Zaravan City. Okay. You've got the huge construction site with the crane that's got an ascender. If you look carefully, you might see a zip line or two, which we'll talk about a little later.
You say.
I saw that, and that definitely caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be in more lush environments with that industrial spin, I kind of like the Sorokin Industrial as well.
This is on the northern side of the map. Again, when we think about something like Warzone, you need those industrial districts. We got pop-off power. I made a joke yesterday with our creators that they'll be popping off here, I'm sure, later today. Yeah,
that's going to be a thing.
That's
wonderful
how it works.
point of interest. This is Shahin Manor. Again, like really built around that kind of close quarters combat that we want our players to experience.
Awesome interiors here. I've had some really fun close quarter engagements here.
Lowtown.
Lowtown.
Where the rats are going to be hanging out. Here in Old Town, these are next to each other. There's a train line running through it. This is sort of in the centralized area of the map, so we expect this to be a hot drop.
Yeah, Old Town, Lowtown, put nearby one another. Of course, we've got this beautiful ruined architecture, sort of a bit of those touches across the map here. And
all of military base. I'm hearing this is your favorite POI, huh?
My personal favorite, I love a military base. Way back in Verdansk, you can find me at the military base. And so these bunkers speak to me.
What's sticking out to me, looking at all of these different locations, is density. There's a lot in between different buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was one of our focus points, and I love this vista shot of the map, but it was genuinely one of our focus points, was to say, how can we make a more dense map where it feels like, in terms of like rotation opportunities, the regain, there's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So glad that's coming across.
And we touch on, I think what's really interesting is you and I have talked, Warzone has been here for a number of years now. We've had a lot of opportunities to take those experiences, and it feels like you guys have really worked to apply those experiences to this map.
Yes. It's one of those things where when we start to talk about the game, we always reflect on, the many, many years of Warzone now and what our players have loved. So I think when players play, and you'll see this very shortly, there's little bits of every map that we've had to date, but at the same time, it has like a freshness to it. Like when we think about new maps, it has to have a newness at the very same time. So they're dropping in. This is it.
They're dropping in. This is the very first time you are seeing live gameplay from Urzikstan.
And who better than Dr. Lupo to take a look at, because he's going to pop a few heads from across the map too. So I mean, he's even trying to do it a shot.
I mean, they're warming up, but I've seen him crush with
gosto muito loot.
an MP, so I have faith.
Always does. This is actually quite exciting to check out here, especially that, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here. So I think Lupo does manage to get the better, and just again, it feels so fluid. And I think one of the points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement front as well, right?
Yeah, it was very important to us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so tell us, Ted, Warzone shares the same foundations of Modern Warfare 3. RYZEN worked really closely with Sledgehammer to make sure all of those gameplay features that we covered in multiplayer earlier today are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we've been working with Sledgehammer all year. They've been a great partner, because we know when we make something like a big Battle Royale map, we need that movement to feel fluid. We need the traversal mechanics, the mantling, everything needs to work well. and seamlessly.
Yeah, and again, it's the classic Call of Duty feel, right? You're obviously going to be getting that here, but to see that, I guess would the word be parody? I guess I'm thinking of just basically seeing how
continuity.
Continuity is a way better word.
It's experience with synergy across all the modes.
Yeah, synergy. I love it.
I love that.
I love that we managed to fit synergy.
And at the same time, you know, we saw earlier on from Greg and the team that they increased their health to 150 to actually match Warzone. So not only is there a synergy with movement, there's also a synergy with the gameplay itself.
A interface em cima tem as letras maiores. Pequeno pormenor, como eu já tinha pensado.
To see like, hey, when players load into the game, like the experience is going to be the same. So try it out, right? The water's warm.
Yeah, move around. You know, we saw zombies. We saw, you know, now with Warzone, we really want our players to move between all these different experiences.
This is one of my favorite weapons that I can pick up in the map right now. I love the scope on it.
Yeah.
I hope Dr. Lupo likes it as much as I
let's see. I mean, I expect a lot of people to use this today. Oh, they're up in the crane.
They're in the crane.
Let's go.
Okay, so Ted, the crane has a vertical ascender for you to get all the way up there.
Oh, because it's such a good redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to
Ainda não consegui perceber se o recorde visual está melhor ou não.
Wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped a Guardian. Yes. Guardian, we talked a little about an MP. I said I'd talk about it now because I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today. This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little more about how it's going to play out?
Muito parecido com o original.
I don't want to critique that gameplay there, but maybe, just maybe if he put it down, that could have been the area of denial that he actually needed to win that encounter. So it's very much about if you're being pushed or if you want to defend an area, get that Guardian down. To keep you safe effectively.
Yeah, so again, it's not eliminating any players, but it's that stun effect that it's having on players.
Look where he is now.
Uh-oh, the gulag. and is that a fully kitted out gun as well?
So this one's not. This is actually just I think it's normal AR.
Okay, yeah.
But what's interesting about the gulag is we've gone back to this 3-lane experience that we've had.
So this is the brand new gulag, simplified. It's 3 lanes.
Close. He'll be kicking himself out.
But it's got a little treat in the middle there that we didn't see. We might see it later. Can you tell us what we can expect?
So with this group of players, they are so good at this game. So we'll have to see if the gulag lasts that length of time. But for anyone at home, in previous Warzones, we've had a capture point, which was the overtime mechanic. But this time around, it's an ascender, and a rope drops down from above, and you can ascend and get out.
So it's kind of like, you know, I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so it's kind of like escaping Hell in a Cell or something like that, right?
That may have been some of the inspiration.
Okay, I'm all about that, baby. That makes me very, very, very happy. But as we continue to see these...
Vai cancel incrível.
We're actually, they're being hunted.
Estava ali uma corona escola.
Bounty up right now?
Yeah, so what I love about the bounty that we've updated is when they complete the bounty, I should say if they complete the bounty, they'll actually get 1 UAV ping, which is a new mechanic that we've added for the bounty this time around.
Okay.
And so this was a bounty that you brought.
Bounty agora dá ping de UAV.
I didn't see if it was the big game bounty or
Oh,
the
see,
normal bounty.
I was talking about big game bounty. I assumed this was big game bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit about that contract, which is new?
Yeah, the big game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the 3rd year of Warzone. And it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skilled player, I don't know why they love it, because it effectively marks the highest killed player in the game, but it's great for content. It's got a great reward with the advanced UAV, so yeah, really happy.
We want to be recognized for our hard work. In
100%. You know? I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool. Like, I love the contract. I'm
Same
safe.
here. I'm good.
Safe, yeah.
I'm vibing, baby.
It marks the player with the most kills.
Most kills in the match, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you complete it, you get that advanced UAV.
Advanced UAV,
yeah,
super powerful,
which is
great
awesome.
for the end game. Yeah.
Actually, now as the game continues to play out here, and our competitors kind of get the lay of the land, I find it to be really refreshing for these players that, you know, they were just toiling around in Modern Warfare 2 maps, you know, old Modern Warfare 2 maps, but now they're going into something fresh and new. Is that like an objective for you guys with this map, to make it feel just fresh, to make it feel like you're jumping into this with a new pair of eyes?
So whenever we think about a map, you have to think about both the map and the gameplay. Like they're so intrinsically linked. So hopefully a little bit later on, we'll see some of the gameplay that we kind of hinted at. I saw the team beforehand hinted at the drivable train. Haven't yet seen if a team landed on that. But that's the newness, you know, it's the new map plus the new gameplay, and those things combined will yield today's experience that everyone's playing.
Yeah, and also feels like a lot of quality of live features, right? And also some great gameplay features that have been introduced
Olha,
into this. That I'm
a seringa agora dá velocidade também.
traversal,
Boa. Assim, movimento.
Effectively, if not, you're gonna get wiped out to the circle.
Seeing one right here, actually. I see a zip line off in the distance. We're going to get a better look at them here.
Better.
This is the crane we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
so that's the vertical.
So you can go up.
Yep.
Okay.
But for the first time, in addition to going up.
Redeploy drones.
Oh, that's
map
cool.
Launches. We're bringing those across from Al Mazrah. But then, here's the
nice.
The new.
I was going to ask when we were going to get horizontal zip lines.
Yeah, so I mean, we were so happy to bring these into the map. It really fits the POIs and the layout of the land.
Yeah.
But also, you know, this group here, they're going to use them to push another team.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas for a lot of our players, they might use it to move away or evade a team. So it's got dual purpose. I'm sure we'll have encounters where they meet each other.
On the zip line.
Players on the zip line.
They go past.
They go past each other. Okay,
but you can use your AR. So.
But I mean, like, you should shoot.
Yeah. You could duel like an old British
right.
horse.
You can do like 10 paces, turn around, zip, and then just go and try and see if you can take each other out. No, that is
Also,
really
though,
cool.
especially over water, we saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them across the water. I think in terms of getting across this map, can you tell us anything about this map in terms of size, sort of what to expect for folks at home who aren't going to maybe get a sense of it from everybody today?
What we did was, obviously, we always look at like the latest map. So we look at, Caldera and Al Mazrah. So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
Slightly
Al Mazrah,
smaller than Al Mazrah.
but it's more dense. So it should feel like, in terms of land space and mass, it should still feel very familiar.
And so when you say dense, we mean to less open spaces
more
between
packed. Yeah.
points of interest, of course.
And I'm even seeing it here. Like, there are some wide open spots where snipers can have a great time, but there's so much like urban, dense environments.
Yeah.
Has there been some like really cool play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, they're kind of like the rattier places. But again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve that. It has the train line that runs straight through it.
Okay.
So you'll be in Low Town, maybe just like getting into it with another team, and then another team just comes steaming through, literally on the train, and potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And Old Town and Low Town, of course, are on that central landmass. And here's the train.
Speaking of the train
that stops in Old Town.
Yes, yeah.
Ted, tell us about this. I feel like everybody downstairs is
They saw the handbrake yesterday and were like, wait, what? There's a handbrake on the caboose? So if anyone at home doesn't know, the rear carriage is called a caboose. We've got the UAV tower, the buy station.
On the train.
On the train.
Buy station on the train.
And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop. But the nuance that these players will find out today.
Agora podemos controlar os comboios. Também é uma boa ideia. Também é uma boa ideia.
On the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
That's cool. Okay, I didn't know that.
Get in a war switching on and off.
No, the handbrake controls it.
Oh, controls all of it. So that's the master
you have to go back and...
So there's almost like a decision you have to make of like, well, do I want to put a body over there, have someone defend the handbrake, but then you might be running into a full squad. So there are going to be some decisions players are going to have to make with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I was on the train with a few others, and the train stopped, and we were like, hang on, we're here.
We're all here.
We're all here. So that can only mean one thing, So it's a great realization moment.
Your detective work.
Yes. You're literally doing a head count. How many people
say present?
We're seeing some super fluid movement here. We just saw them kind of parachute from building to building. They're on the move. I think they're getting to a buy station up here. Maybe pick up some gear. And Ted, which POI is this?
So they're just above Zaravan City, sort of in the lower Old Town area. Again, I love the style and the theme. Like this has that kind of Al Mazrah feel to it.
Yes, and of course, fictionally, in the Great Modern Warfare universe, Urzikstan shares a border with Al Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore you are.
I am a lore head.
Yeah, I'm a lore head too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lore head here.
When I watch these guys behind us are
Não estou a perceber, este gajo não está a fazer o slack atenção. Ou não está a fazer.
Content about the storyline and the narrative. I love it.
Não
I'm
estou
so
a perceber.
excited. And Ted, you always say, you know, they're the storytellers and you know, you guys are providing them those raw materials to create, and I
we
love
refer
that.
to it as the canvas
Yeah.
for them to paint on. You know, it sounds corny, but those are the kind of things that we think about when we think about the types of map and gameplay we want to create. And if you look carefully, I've seen it happen a couple of times already. We have unsuppressed red dots that now show up on the minimap.
Okay,
Yes, the classic minimap
minimap behavior
will behave the same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer as it will in Warzone. So that unsuppressed fire, visible.
How has that added to the game?
When you think of something like a big map BR, like Battle Royale, it's really important that you know where engagements are happening.
Yes.
For a lot of players, it could be they want to avoid that area, or for other players, they want to move. Did we get?
Personal favorite, I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
We love the money.
Well, let's see
Pick
how
up
this
as much
works
as you
out.
can. Let's see if the Ascender comes down. Let's see if they push, or they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even going to have an opportunity
5
for it.
seconds.
These guys.
Oh, let's go. That was good.
Oh, so
Very
now we
clutch.
See the stress in her face. Like
She's
the
like,
relief.
yeah.
Now that we
did
see
it.
the gulag, and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there. What are some things that we should be expecting for the gulag, because that was different.
That was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we've got some video.
Here we go.
This is the OG gulag. This is what we're going to be playing
3 lanes.
most of the
Yep,
time
3 lane
in
structure,
the
yep.
3 lanes. But Ted, for the first time, there might be some other gulags.
Yes, so maybe right on cue, we'll see the night vision gulag. Look at that,
No
Stephanie.
way.
So this is something that can happen from time to time. It's a chance of it happening. And we have several of these, and I almost don't want to spoil too much. You talked about the
I
cash
actually
one.
like
Yeah, we want to wait to see.
But like, and here's the Ascender that we've already mentioned. That
Gulag de noite.
you can be shot. You can be shot from.
Não sei se será boa ideia, mas esperemos.
Yeah,
make a
jump
play
on,
as well.
Yeah, make a play.
That's cool. Okay.
We've seen some really interesting play tests of. I remember one of our designers shared a clip where the other player had jumped on the Ascender. They also got on underneath, shot them on the way up, eliminated them, and then made it themselves.
It's like a little Matrix moment there, you know?
Well,
You're shooting
and
down.
again, it goes back to the storytellers. We want our players to tell the story here.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty moments, right?
Yeah.
And we'll wait to see, you know, if we get some of those other gulags that we're talking about. But it's ultimately you bringing the, you know, implementation of the public event into the gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. It may not be like that at launch because we're still obviously in the Warzone alpha build, but we've got some exciting stuff planned.
Yeah.
And our streamers are
dialed in.
They're you know, there was a tone shift when we went into Warzone in the venue.
They're having a
Feel
good
the
time.
tension where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity to pop off
They came here
in
to
front
compete.
of the world, in front of their creators. And it is great that these creators, you know, the passion and the time that they put into Warzone, you know, has to feel rewarding for you being a part of a team that has built this system.
Yeah, I mean, at RYZEN, you know, we have to cater to so many different player types. When you've got millions and millions and millions of people playing your game, you've got these creators who play 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally, we know that we have people who jump on a Sunday with their buddies and just want to have some fun. So we always try and find that sweet spot of our mechanics, where something like the train, anyone can jump on the train and have a fun time with the train. Yeah. But equally, we've made changes, for example.
Ooh, it's happening.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hit the brake, hit the brake.
Here we go.
Oh. Okay, now I hope she turns around the brake. Oh, she's getting pushed from behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm not sure that was a smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, not worth it. Oh man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean, she was seconds away from pulling the brake there, and that would have just caused complete chaos for the map.
And pretty soon here, we're going to have probably a winner of our first match. So hopefully we get the news.
I mean, they've come here to win. Right?
Yeah, we're jumping around between streams today, and hope you guys are obviously checking out your favorite creator streams here at Codnext.
Really, really cool stuff. What else? I mean, like, should we be looking forward to here, right? Because I know like you guys are doing some creative things with like the contracts and different things like that to really get people in the game to move around, interact a bit more, cause some more chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, you know, we started talking about some of our quality of life improvements.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest cheers we got from this group was that we brought pistols underwater. So if you're swimming underwater, you will always have a pistol.
Nice.
And I did not expect that to be the biggest cheer, but it shows the love that this group and I think our wider community, it's reflective of them too, have for like those small detail touches that just improve the gameplay loop as a whole.
Yeah, quality of life's definitely been top of mind. You know, building this map out, it's as you said, it's something that RYZEN thinks about, you know, building Warzone from the ground up, and a lot of those quality of life changes that we've even made in the live game in the last year.
Yeah.
Expect them.
Carrying them forward. So everything that you've played and seen, like we've made over 100 quality of life improvements to the Warzone of this year. Everything carries into the Warzone of the year ahead of us. So
yeah. And also, you guys also were some of the movement as well, right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like
So
that, yeah.
across the board, like anywhere where we could just tighten it up, and again working with Sledgehammer, we've taken that opportunity.
Yeah, really cool. I actually want to talk about that because I said earlier that, you know, Warzone shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all of those things. But you've put your own, you know, touch on specific things tuned a little bit more specifically for VR. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about, you know, how some of those perks might work a little bit differently in Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah. So on the Warzone side, we felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because again, it's a big map. We have different player styles, different motivations. So
different experience too.
My personal favorite is Combat Scout.
Okay.
Now, I'm adding that because I like it.
Okay.
That is very much a perk.
I also like it. I am not going to go on the internet for several hours after this.
That's the beauty of perks. Like the perk there should be variety. There should not be an optimized path. It should be that when you jump into the game, you don't know, you're going to be surprised.
Más notícias. Combat Scout está de volta. Não acredito nisto.
When you get downed, you will automatically drop a smoke grenade. That adds a really new dimension to it. And then equally, I think another one will be Resolute, which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster to get out of dodge. So
oh, that's cool. So good opportunities for, especially for like field, like a wide open field traversal, get shot, get a speed boost, get down, potentially a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's
really
really
the kind of variety that we're looking for.
Yeah, well, I will definitely run with the smoke bomb one because I know that is going to be me.
I'll run the evasion perk.
You'll run the evasion one.
Drop some duos.
It'll be
There's going to be some interesting mixes.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it's almost like giving the character, giving the players, like as it's been said time and time again, right, that freedom of choice to be able to get really clever with like how you want to approach that, and it feels like
play style.
Tune that play style. Feels like
player agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah, and we're back in the gulag again.
I see some tactical crouching.
Okay.
Preparing for battle.
Will we see the long-rumored Ascender? The mythical. It's going to be a myth by the end. No one's going to believe us that it is actually an Ascender.
Got a Molotov out.
Players are
but
too
she's
good.
picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting to see.
Here we go. 1 second. The ropes come down. Grab it. Oh, she baited them. Oh, well played. Well played.
Baited.
Wow, yeah, she baited them really good there.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too, just gone straight for the rope.
Like, oh, honey. I'm going to grab some honey.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's got both of her. She's got one teammate down. She can go grab them if they don't get it out of.
I think she's trying to
get out of the gulag.
Oh, someone just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's the fight going.
Here we see maybe somebody.
Yep, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the mini map as well. Oh, the other teammate's down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think, does she have any help here? I don't think she does.
They're both in the gulag.
Yeah, the gulag of life.
Yeah.
Big dive to get out of there.
Can she make a run to that buy section?
Nikari doing the hard carry here. Butters is back. She's just redeployed.
Yeah.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Very well played. That dive, I've been loving that we have the options of diving and sliding, you know?
Yes.
You can do some really funny things with the dive.
I love it. There's just ground loot. And in fact, maybe we can actually quickly talk about ground loot.
Yeah.
We've brought back weapon rarity.
Okay.
Yes, we will see colored loot.
You just saw it right there. Like she picked up the blue AR. It's one of those things that when you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like what's that weapon, what's this item, etc. So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know, it's got that pink/magenta tooltip, that card that you can see.
I think they end up losing both of their teammates there. Hate to see it, but.
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay the same here? Like I see buy stations, redeployable buy stations. Are they coming back?
Yes, they'll be there day one. We really see this as a continuation of the current Warzone, and then just leveled up, polished, all new movement, etc. on top.
Got it.
So something that a lot of people in this room care about, that we worked super hard on in current Warzone, and we think is awesome, is the good old Champions Quest.
Oh, the Champions Quest.
We've had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced it, and it's been really fun for a lot of people. But we want to open that up a little bit. What can you maybe breadcrumb us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions Quest in the future?
So Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal, oh, she's on the horizontal zip line. But I'll try and stay focused. There's so much going on. I saw the train. I was like, oh my God, the train. I want to talk about the train again. But no, Champions Quest, it's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that ability to nuke the map, the challenge of doing it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for next year's Champions Quest is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing the Champions Quest. You can only steal it once.
Okay.
So if you see, it's not going to change.
If you see a team is doing it, push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
My goodness, I cannot wait.
All right.
And it gives people more options to get on something like Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it. Ted and I are going to squad up. We're gonna get our
take them down.
Our first time CQ win.
Or potentially lose it, you know. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there. I'm so sorry. Well, let's actually go ahead and check in on our TCL Power Hour and see how many challenges have been completed thus far for the days. And remember, for each one completed, you have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. All you got to do is enter that hashtag Codnext and hashtag TCLX COD Sweepstakes. Once again, that's TCLX COD Sweepstakes. For each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. We got
the contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah, the pistol.
For some reason, in my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
That would be legendary.
Malta, vou terminar o stream por agora. Já vimos o que era importante. Obrigado por terem estado aí, quem esteve aí, Bernardo, Tomás, vocês são umas máquinas. E vamos terminar por aqui.
As well as Alley Cat.